And we go again as England take on the West Indies. Hey guys, how you going? So now BKRsport. It is the final game of the day. We've had a really fun day here. The first game between South Africa and Afghanistan was absolutely incredible. It went to 2 super overs. Both teams wanted to lose in the end, but South Africa just found a way to get the W in that game. Absolutely fantastic matchup. Then we saw the Australians. Oh, how good. Oh, beautiful performance by the Australians. Get the job done over the Irish by about 70-odd runs, 67 runs I think it was. And now we get to see England hopefully try to make up for their relatively poor game against the Nepalese the other day, where they only won by 4 runs in the end, and it came down to the last ball where Nepal could have gotten a big shock and surprise victory, but obviously it wasn't to be in the end. The West Indies are a bit better of a team though. You know, they're fired up and they're looking for a big scalp right now. They beat the Scottish. I think by just the 35 runs. I think it was 35 runs they won. Let me go have a look here. West Indies Cricket Amundos. So when they played Scotland just the other day, we saw West Indies win by 35 runs. Yes, they led by 182 for 5 as they opened the batting, and Scotland only managed to get to 147. Now, the benefit here for the West Indies is that they can set this target again, but they did lose the toss. England won the toss and elected to bowl, so the West Indies, they're going to fire up and believe that they can set up a good score, just like they did with that 182 against Scotland. That, however, that game against Scotland was at Eden Gardens in Kolkata, whilst I think this game's in Mumbai, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai for this matchup tonight against the English. On the other hand, like I said, with the England team, They just got over the line in the end against the Nepalese, so they're going to want a bit of a better performance here today. Now, like I said, England won the toss and elected to bowl. Their team tonight is Phil Salt, Joss Buttler, who is the wicketkeeper, Jacob Bethel, who is looking like one of the highest prospect young talents in cricket right now across Test and also T20, Tom Banton, Harry Brook, who is the captain, Sam Curran, Will Jacks, Liam Dawson, Jamie Overton, Jofra Archer, and Adil Rashid. So interesting here with Jamie Overton because he didn't look too fantastic against Sri Lanka, but this is a very different pitch here in Mumbai, so we'll see if the fast bowlers can get something going with Jofra and Jamie Overton. For West Indies, they got Brandon King, Shea Hope, who is the captain and wicketkeeper, Shimron Hetmia, Rovman Powell, Shafan Rutherford, Roston Chase, Romario Shepherd, who actually had the best bowling performance of the tournament so far with 5 wickets against the Scottish. He can go into top if he can get for 4 wickets tonight, just 1 less than what he got. If he can get 4 wickets, well then he'd be in line, which is just above Shadley Van Schupkwik from the USA. We do know that the old Aussie boys there chasing hard with a couple of 4-wicket hauls today. Nathan Ellis, absolutely spectacular. But Romario Shepherd, he was unreal against the Scottish. Jason Holder, Akil Hassan, Gudakesh Motti, and Shamar Joseph is the round out of this team. In regards to the batting rankings, now they've just shown both teams' national anthems. Give me 1 second. They've just shown both teams' national anthems. Batting rankings-wise, T20, Phil Salt is the second best. He got out for 1, I believe it was, against Nepal. He had a really poor game. But Phil Salt is the second best on the batting T20 rankings on the ICC. And Joss Buttler is in number 3. So they've got 2 of the top 3 ICC rankings best batters. Harry Brook is down there at 25th. You scroll even more down to Ben Duckett at 38, but he's not playing tonight. He's not featuring in this World Cup. But I'm sure he'll feature here on this channel at some stage. I'm sure we'll get a comment from Ben Duckett on this channel. You watch. It'll come. You've got Liam Livingston, who's obviously not playing. He's in 61st. Jacob Bethel's at 72, but he will rise as this tournament goes on with his performances. And then you've got Jamie Smith, who's not playing, in 94. And that's it. So, look, realistically, Jacob Bethel is the only other guy outside of those 2 big dogs in the top 3. So it does show their batting can be, or Jacob Bethel and Harry Brook, it does show their batting is a little bit wayward, though. If Phil Salt doesn't perform and Joss Buttler doesn't perform, they can be a little bit short-handed as well. But they do still have that massive ability to go big as well. They do have plenty of players here that can go big. They are quite risky, however. And then on the other hand, for the West Indies, they've got Shea Hope, who's the 13th best batter in the world in the ICC rankings. They go far down, though, to Brandon King, who is equal 38th with Ben Duckett on the rankings. You've got Rovman Powell, who is in 46th. Further down, Johnson Charles not playing in 65. I don't think he's playing anyway. Is he playing? No, Johnson Charles is not here. But he is in 65. You've got Shimron Hetmia, who is in 71st, up 22 spots. Sherfane Rutherford, who is equal 76th with Sri Lanka's Dasun Shanaka. In 76th. And then we go to Roston Chase, who is equal 82nd with South Africa's David Miller. Also, Alik Athanasi, who is not playing today. He's 86th. Romario Shepherd, who's in number 88 on the batting. And that ranks it, and that finishes it up. So obviously, England do have the advantage in regards to the batting. And when it comes to the bowling, they've got Adil Rashid, who is the 4th best T20 on the ICC rankings in the top 100. He is number 4. And then you've got Akil Hussain from the West Indies, who comes in at number 11. And then you've got Jofra Archer, who comes in down there at 21 from the English. Now, the first ball is about to be made here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Jofra Archer is opening it up. Didn't have a great game the other day. And we'll start off with a dot ball there. Beautiful start. No, not a beautiful start. It's a wide. It's a wide to start off with. So then let's move down a little bit further and see who else is here. Gudakesh Motti from West Indies. He's at 35. England bowling-wise don't have a huge amount up top. Luke Wood, who I don't believe is playing today, Luke Wood. No, he's not. He played that first game against Nepal. He did. He played the first game, but he's not playing here tonight. Jamie Overton taking his spot. So next bowl here from Archer, which will be his first legal bowl, and that will be a dot ball. So 1-0 after 0.1. Let me just update this scorecard here so you can see this while I'm going through these top 100s right now. We just update this old scorecard. There we go. Brandon King and Shea Hope are the openers, and they want to set up a good score here in Mumbai. I'll look at the chat in just 1 second. I just want to continue through looking at these bowling rankings overall. We'll watch the second ball first, and then we'll get into that. Next ball from Jofra. And that would have been a wide, but instead it will go back to the man on the boundary for a single. So 2-0. West Indies were a little bit cagey the other night against Scotland. Let's see if they play a little bit differently here. So after we go from Luke Wood, you got Bryden Carson in 68, the South African man, but he is named as an Englishman. He's in 68. He's not playing here today. You got Reece Topley, who's not playing in 77. Liam Dawson, who's I think playing here today in 80th. Is Liam Dawson here? Yes, Liam Dawson is playing. He's down there in 80th. Sagib Mahmood from England, he is there in 88. There'll be a dot ball here. And from the West Indies, Alzarri Joseph, who is 96th, and that rounds it out. So not a great deal of overall from West Indies, but we do know they're trying to make that resurgence in cricket, especially in T20, which is their best format. West Indies are in 7th, whilst England are in 3rd on the ICC rankings overall. But there we go. There's a little bit of a preview for the game here today. Seen a couple of balls, and hopefully it's a good game here. Taylor says, England. Oh, no, here they come. The Pommy boys, they're on. They are on. Night eyes, yo, get around you. That's a wide. That's a wide 4. Wow, that's a bad bowl from Archer. He has not been having a good T20 World Cup here. That is a wide 4. So 7 runs and 4, 5, 6 runs of those 7 have been freebie runs from Jofra Archer so far. Brent says, can't the Windies bring these Poms down a notch like Nepal nearly did? Well, this would be less of a surprise by a far stretch than Nepal, but it still would be a surprise if the Windies did get up. Ahmed says, Ireland playing since ages still doesn't improve, but Aussie certainly has showed why they are beasts in the World Cup. Absolutely. We didn't have guys like Josh Hazelwood, Paddy Cummins, no Stevie Schmitty, even though he'll be there against Zimbabwe. Oh, that's a bouncer. That may be a wide. It is a wide. It is too high. Wow, this has been a bad over here from Jofra Archer. 8 runs, 7 of them have been off of wides. Wow. Just wow. But no, we had no Timmy David, no Mitchy Marsh. No, we had plenty of players out, but we still were able to confidently get 30 above the average in the first innings at Pramadasar Stadium against Ireland. So very happy with that. Very happy. And I think we would have gotten to 200, to be honest with you, if Travis Head wasn't unluckily ran out. But so be it, cricket. Next ball from Archer. And luckily this one won't be a wide. Still 2 more balls to go here, however. 2 more balls to go. Just confirm for me in the chat. that this stream seems to be working a little bit better right now. I did try to refresh everything. I did turn the Streamlabs off, and I did turn the VPN off, and all the likes. So hopefully the stream is working better than the problems that we've had today. Brenton says Archer giving away runs. He's given away 7 freebies so far with 2 balls left. 8 for nothing. And West Indies will... Oh, he's gone. He is gone. Shea Hope has gone for a big whack and he's out for a duck. That is a big wicket to get. That is a very, very big wicket to get because Shea Hope is the West Indies' best batter in 13th. Oh, it was there to be hit and it was there to be smashed, but that's what Jofra Archer wanted. And it went straight to the fielder, and that is a big early wicket. So he has had an absolute nightmare in this first little bit, but he does get a wicket, so he'll be happy with this first over. Instead, 8 for 1 through 0.5, and Shea Hope, their best batter, gone on 0. An Archer who can't aim, well, at least he can get a wicket. At least he can get a wicket. 9 ball over. Wow, amazing. At least he got the wicket, man. It's so funny. Hope goes on 0. King goes on, is still there on 1. So that's 1 run collectively. It's 8 for 1 right now. So it's 8 runs for 1 with the 2 players that were collectively there scoring 1 run. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Beautiful. So 8 for 1, 0.5 overs down, and Shimron Hetmia will come in. Yummy, Big Joff, brilliant, pretending to be crap, throws a ball up. Don't know about the pretending part, because that ball was definitely there to be hit for a big one, but he just aimed it straight towards the fielder, which I guess is what the bowlers do intend to do, but it wouldn't give me much faith that Jofra was planning that based off of the previous balls in the over. So I want to go back and have a look at who was their best hitters in that game against Scotland. So for the West Indies, Brandon King got 35. Shea Hope only got 19. As Shimron Hetmia, who's in now. Well, these 2 guys who are in right now are the 2 ones that got them their best amount of runs. Shimron Hetmia was 64 and Brandon King was 35. Shea Hope again had one of their lowest totals. Rovman Powell got 24 and Shafan Rutherford got 26. So these 2 guys right now are the ones that need to go big, and if they don't go big, yikes. If they don't go big, there is a bit of a problemo, son. Bit of a problemo. First over done, 8 for 1. 7 wides. Guess it paid off for him. Look, he'll take it. He'll take it, but I don't think he'd be too happy with the absolute meatballs he was throwing beforehand. I think if the English win this game, first place is pretty much guaranteed. Actually, first place is guaranteed in their group. If they were to lose this game, the West Indies would get would probably go into first. Yeah, because they've got, after this, all they've got is Scotland and Italy. Scotland will give them a bit of a fight, but Italy obviously no. Not after what we saw the other day. Sam Curran in for a bowl in the second over. He's been impressive recently. And that is going to be absolutely smashed to the outfielder, and that's going to be another wicket. Oh boy. Oh boy, that is just an awful shot, and the West Indies are looking horrific right now. It's 8 for 2. King is gone. Maybe we are in for a quick game here, lads. Quick game's a good game. Sam Curran has just picked up a wicket on the first ball of his innings. And the West Indies are in some serious trouble right now. They're in some serious damn old trouble. Brandon King gone for 1. Shea Hope gone for a duck. Hetmia and Rovman Powell are going to have to do something here. Otherwise, this game could be over before we even get to the drinks break. Might even need a drinks break right now. Caught by Salt. The ball by Curran. Unfortunately, my heritage team won't have a sniff. They're not going to have nothing. Not going to have nothing. At least we got one really good game today. At least we got one really good game in Afghanistan and South Africa. We're still just waiting for that Super 8s tournament. Bring me that Super 8s. Bring it to me. Australia, as we currently speak, would be in the same group as India. Roston Chase is actually coming in, not Powell. Roston Chase will come in at 4. Well, English fans would be pretty confident in what they're seeing at the moment. This has been real wayward batting. They've been going for big shots, but they've just been getting out immediately. Jason Holder, Anthony Michael's son, generational bowlers. Speaking of generational bowlers, England bowling well right now. 1.1 overs down. Okay, Chase, please. Can you? These are 2 fresh. We're already only 1.1 overs in, and we've already seen 2 wickets. So it says, wonder how Jofra feels playing against his nation. Crazy. That won't be a 4, but at least they're going to get 2 runs here. Runs have been hard to come by legitimately, rather than wise. They've been difficult to come by. Polite applause ripping from the English fans here. True decorum as always. Yeah, always, just except for Lord's Gentleman's Room. Always, except for the Lord's Gentleman Room. And also every other time in history. But polite applause. Has Harrison come to the chat? Harrison has not come to the chat yet, which is why England are probably killing it. Oh, that should have been gone. That should have been gone. It does top edge the bat, but just doesn't carry through to the keeper. That should have been gone again. West Indies ain't a nation, gang. You know what he means, though, gang. You know exactly what he means there, Mr. Kraken. Don't you try and create a little loophole. That is sneaky, Kraken. That is sneaky that you're trying to get away with a loophole there. Very English-like here. There. Oh, that's LB. That's LB. That's LB. Sam Curran could review this. This is close. They all went up for it. I don't think they're interested enough to review it. Harry's thinking about it. No, they're going to say no to it. They're going to say no. I think Josh Butler wanted to go for it, but he's not the captain anymore. So let's look at this again. I don't think it's height that's the problem. It would have been probably umpire's call, to be fair. I think it's just clipping the top of the bails in the corner. But it probably would have been umpire's call, and they did call it not out. So fine, no review there. Ends up being a dot ball. And that's going to be another dot ball. Considering the first 5 balls that happened, this has actually been a fantastic start for England. Even on the runs department. Like, Australia lost wickets relatively quickly, but they'd at least gotten 40, 50 runs in those early stages, whilst West Indies, they're struggling right now. Insanely addicted to society, get around you insanely addicted. Who do you support? You English fan, you West Indies fan, or you're a mighty Australian fan? Because we all know he's Titans. Next bowl. Dot ball. Really good stuff here. Right now, the West Indies are forcing England to chase 10. 3-2. It's an economy of 5. If it goes down this trajectory, so 5 runs, they would get to a grand total of 100 for England to chase down. I don't know if they get there. I didn't think that this would be too big. I want to have a look at the average. So, average first innings score, T20I Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Okay, so the average first innings score 2020. In 2016, it was 157. It's risen. Oh, boy, that's a good shot there from Hetmian. He'll get a 4. Archer gives up a boundary on his first ball of the second over. Good stuff there. So 14 for 2 through 2.1. So in 2016, the average in the first innings was 157, and then it bumped up pretty quickly to 175. Wow, 18 runs it jumped up. Went down to 171, went back up to 176. Then it stayed at 176 for 2021. went down in 2022 to 166, and then rose massively to 197. Wow, this is a really weird stadium. I'll be a single here for Chase. Really weird stadium. It started off low and then kind of went up, sat around that 175, 176 range, went down to 166, and then rocketed to 197 in 2023. And then in 2024 came down to 188, and then in 2025 it came down to 175. What happened in 2022 to 23 to jump that much? 166 to 197. That's over 31. That's over 31. So team batting second wins 60% of the time, and the team batting first has won 40% of the time. That one, Cuddy. All right. So that was a leg bite. Next bowl from Archer. Oh, yikes of a swing there. Shatish says English has always been a team of refugees, even they don't have their own talent. No, they love the Saffers. They love the Kiwis. They just know that Australians don't want to play for them. Otherwise, they'd try and steal one of us. They'd try and take us. You can't take us, mate. You can't do it. You cannot do it. So basically what I'm taking from this, even though it doesn't have the 20, obviously doesn't have the 2026 numbers, is that West Indies need to get around the 180 to make this competitive. But even with that, the team, it's a beautiful shot from Chase. He'll get a 4. Really nice shot. So that'll be 19 for 2 through 2.5. Couple of 4s here off this over. Yeah, what I'm thinking, because you've seen that the team batting second wins 60% of the time, and the team batting first averages 175. So 180 is still probably not good enough. It's probably not good enough. But yet, that's what they at least need to get to. Job from Bethel, 2 Caribbean-born players versus their home nation. Oh, don't say that, because you'll get cracking balls coming out here saying West Indies ain't a nation, gang. And I said, that's a loophole. He's trying to get sneaky. So watch it. Hey, good at stealing too, given the amount of gold they looted from India. We're really going down that path. Next bolt will be a double. 170 honestly could work against an inconsistent England batting lineup. It could, for sure, but again, 60% of the time the team batting second wins. I don't think they get 180 based off the fact they've just lost their best batter on a duck or 1 run in Shea Hope. You don't need your own talent pool when you can supply. Oh, no. No. And Aussie would never play for England. The English, however, not too fussed to play for us. Josh Inglis. Yeah, that's because they know we're the greatest. We're the greatest of all time. And that'll be a double. 19 for 2 through 3. They need to up this massively. At least they didn't lose a wicket in that over. At least they didn't lose a wicket. So 6.33 on the run rate. Hetmia has got 4 runs in 3 balls. Chase with 6 in 9. At least whatever we have is ours, not stolen. We're not going to go down this path, lads. What are we doing? Give me 1 second here, guys. Give me 1 second. Supplying a toilet is wild, bro. Alright, so 9 for 2 through 3 overs. And that will be a double. Kept you on 4 from 3. Chase on 6 from 9. That is really, really wild from Chris. Especially this being the power play. You want a bit more right now. Sam Curran is bowling. He's 1 from 2 through 1.1. We're going really far back. And that is a big shot in the air. Should be out, should be out, should be out. Oh, it fell just away from the fielder. And that will be 2 runs. So 21 for 2. He's very, very lucky there. Very lucky that he didn't get out just then. I think that was Chase. Oh, sorry, Hetmia. Hey, look, Australians, we can sit back and just let Shatish from India have a crack at the English right now. We don't have to do anything. Just put your feet up and there you go. Happy days. Happy days. Let him go for gold. Literally. Oh, that's a massive shot from Hetmia for a 6. That's a whopping shot. That is a whopping shot. And it is a 6 from Hetmia. 27 for 2. They needed something to go their way. He comes into this game in good form. He was their best batter in the previous against Scotland, and that's a 6. As soon as I was about to compliment Curran, he got hit for a 6. 88 metres, that wasn't the distance. I'm pretty certain 98 metres is the longest we've seen in this tournament so far. Tigers fans, I'm curious, as an Aussie in Queensland, who do you hate more, the English or New South Wales? I feel like I know the answer. That is going to be a 4. Bing bong. That's going to be a 4. Hetmia gets 16. 31 for 2. It's a really complex question, that, because it's like, I don't hate those teams. I don't hate them. England is good banter, and it's amazing rivalry. And with New South Wales, I would say, like, if you're going to go more down the hate path, I would say New South Wales, because there's more of a... It is just inbuilt in our, like, blood system when you're in Queensland to hate New South Wales, right? And New South Wales, the same thing, not that they have as much of a significant fire behind it, as we've seen, because they don't get rugby league. But I think my answer probably would be New South Wales, but like it's very loose because I don't want to win Origin because I hate New South Wales. I want to win Origin because I want Queensland to win. And it's the same thing with Australia, but I also would say that, oh no. So basically to try and adjust this, would I prefer to see New South Wales win an Origin series or England win an Ashes series? I'd prefer to see New South Wales win an Origin series. Is it the answer to that? But no, I don't hate either team. I hate Manchester United because I had to grow up with their absolute dog fans, but just shitting on my club the entire time. And I used to hate the Broncos, but like the hate's a strong word, man. It's a strong word. Could I get more satisfaction out of beating? It would be New South Wales, but I would be impacted more if England won an Ashes. But you have a New South Wales players playing for the Titans. What does that have to do with literally anything? Origin's Origin, baby. Reece Welsh is a knob when he plays with the Broncos, but when he plays in Origin, I love him. So 33 for 2 after 4 overs here. At least they've upped it a little bit after that previous over. Will Jacks, who's been very good recently, gets it in. The thing is, you probably hated them but still respected their plays. If they play well as they're humans, then it's more the club foundation. WTC. Who are you referring to there? The thing is, you probably hated them but still respected their players if they play well as they're humans. Well, no, it's more to do with what I do here. Like, I don't have the same kind of hatred I did as a young lad because of the fact that on here, I have a responsibility to be fair in what I'm talking about and to tell you how I actually am feeling, whether you agree with it or not. But if I am feeling like I need to give respect to a player, like for example the Broncos last year, or Reece Welsh last year, and Adam Reynolds and all that kind of stuff. Oh, massive shot, but it will go for a 4 from Austin Chase. And it is 11 runs with spin shady for Will Jacks is hilarious. Spin shady. Your hate for the Broncos is my reference. I think if you asked me which sporting team I hate the most around the world, it would be Man United. It would be. I don't think... oh, it's another beautiful shot. Here's spin shady, baby. Spin, spin shady, spin shady. There's a boundary there, and there's a boundary there. There's plenty of fours coming up here for spin shady, son. Plenty of fours. I wish they'd roll up KP and bubble wrap when he plays for Queensland. Draz says, I hate Luai, but will never deny he's a gun 5'8", and that has that dog in him. Yeah, for sure. You got to respect. There's no point. Respect. Respect. Have you seen those videos on Instagram of that Man United fan? It's a great game by Manchester United. Respect. Respect. It's a 4. Another 4. And the West Indies are firing back into this game. 4-4-4. 4-4-4. It's 45 for 2 through 4.4. They're back above the 10 runs per over rate. They struggled to start, and now they're going. Good shot. I think for people from New South Wales, there's sort of this acceptance that we're likely to lose Origin and Australian dominance over England is all we have left. England is all we have left? Let me read this again. I think for people from New South Wales, there's sort of this acceptance that we're likely to lose Origin. And Australian dominance over England is all we have left. Bro, we've got... Do you realise that in Test cricket, we currently have the bilateral trophy of everyone? Everyone. When we played India, we got the Border Gavaskar trophy. When we played South Africa, we got it. We played them again later on this year, but in South Africa. When we played England, we slap them. We slap them. Don't even start me on the Kiwis. We got everyone's scalp right now. What do you mean that the English is the only ones that we don't have? Or that's the oh, dude, they are opening up right now. That is a 6 from Hetmiard. He goes to 23. They are crushing it at the moment. They are absolutely crushing it. Don't even think 200 will be enough on this deck. No, this is looking like a great deck, and I feel like Shea Hope is going to be screaming. He's going to be screaming that he got out so early, and the same thing goes for Brandon King, because these guys are finding some big runs. We could be seeing like a 220 chase and a win for England on the chase. I'm also just mean like England is the big one that we absolutely need always. Yeah, because it's the one that Australians care about. They don't care about India. They don't care about South Africa. They don't even care about New Zealand. If New Zealand beat us, it'd be a shock, but no one would care about it. And they wouldn't really care about India. They definitely wouldn't care about Pakistan. They definitely wouldn't care about South Africa. The only ones they would care about is the Poms, because that's been built into our system. Hetmeyer. Oh, is it Hetmeyer? Is it not Hetmeyer? Hetmeyer. Are you sure? Oh, mid-on, doesn't carry, and that'll be a single. Can someone confirm that for me? Because he said, I guess. Well, he has said in the commentary Hetmeyer, so it must be Hetmeyer. But in English, that doesn't always mean that it's going to be Hetmeyer. So when you said, I guess, because MY can be my, but I've also seen it used as Mia. Yeah, it is Hetmeyer. I'm glad that you pulled me up on that. Drazen says, the Blues fan, we have faves in the odds again. I don't know how. Beautiful. I like it. 10.06 on the run rate. No. You are favourites. It's a guaranteed win for New South Wales this year. I've never been so confident in my life. Never been so confident in my life of a New South Wales win this year. Jamie Overton, I'm expecting big runs from him. That'll be a single. He's only given up a single through the first 2 balls, though. I do not rate Jamie Overton in recent weeks. But that was mainly in the ODIs, though, against Sri Lanka. That wasn't in the T20s. It's a decent throw by Archer, but obviously doesn't hit. He would have been gone. If he hit the stumps, he would have been gone. He knows it, too. I don't know why he's talking about Babar. The next bolt from Hetmeyer, to Hetmeyer, and that will be chopped. Bro, what is Hetmeyer doing? There was an easy single at play there, and he didn't run. He just watched the ball. I don't know what he was doing there. Was loving it when Queensland and Bronx are both in the shits and the media scrutiny as a New South Wales fan, and then Queensland come back to win game 2 and 3 and Bronx win the comp. What a year. Dill Lucas will carry New South Wales to win this series. Oh my gosh. The day that New South Wales will win a series again will be the day that Gordon Tallis plays for New South Wales. That's going to go away for some leg buys here. West Indies have been really lazy on the running. They'll get 2 here. But like, they've been super slow in regards to their running. The day Gordon Tallis plays as New South Wales captain will be the day that New South Wales go on and win a series. So Hetmeyer has actually got the most sixes in this tournament. Gurbaz from Afghanistan killed it today. He's on 8. It still pisses me off they didn't use Gurbaz as an opener for that second super over. But Hetmeyer with 8. And that is straight up in the air, and he should be gone here. And he can blame himself. He can blame himself at this wicket because he should have run for the single. He should have run for the single. He wouldn't have been on strike. But Hetmeyer is gone on 55 for 3. 55 for 3. He goes on 23. And the West Indies, they've lost a few too many wickets too early here. Jamie Everton's definitely still on a fraud watch, Kraken. Remember, Hetmeyer missed the 2022 World Cup squad from missing a flight to the World Cup with the team. Oh, no. Gordon Tallis need to put up the boots on for the Titans as he's in around the sheds there. Yeah, but like we already beat the Giants last year twice, so we don't really need too much more help, really. I'm not even an Afghan fan, and my blood boils they didn't win. Another upset gone begging. Absolutely another upset gone begging. They 100% should have won that game. 1,000,000% should have won that game. 100,000,000%. By the way, I want to ask you guys while you're in the chat, do you prefer the thumbnail for this stream, as in the thumbnails we've gone with today, or the thumbnails we've been going with for a while? Do you prefer the more simpler version that we went with today, or do you prefer the foreplay of the ones that we were doing from like yesterday onwards? So if you can't remember, just go back and check out one of the streams from yesterday's thumbnail, and then obviously look at the thumbnail here from today. The guy to look out for in this West Indian lineup is Rutherford, I guess, looking at his SA20 form. I'm not even an Afghan. That's right, yeah. So Archer, 2 overs, 9 dot balls, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Curran, 2 overs, 6 dot balls, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Don't forget, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Smash the like button. Yeah, I like today's one more, I suppose. I think it's just more simple. The other one had probably a bit too much going on. I'm going to maybe adjust the NRL one for tomorrow as well to see which one people like better. I know it's very simple stuff. It's not like a dramatic change, but older thumbnails look more symmetrical for some reason. Really? Have a look. Look more symmetrical. There's that, and then I don't know. I kind of get what you mean. Sort of. Sort of. You arguably streamed one of the best, if not best, T20 international matches. Like, I know there was always recent buys, but 2 super overs can't get better than that. Yeah, for sure. Just spewing that the stream kept having troubles. How do you think game of cricket can evolve in Australia beyond test? I don't think it will ever. And ever's a long time, and ever's a big word, but I don't think it will. People in Australia, by the way, that was a drinks break they used there because it was the 5.5 overs and it was wicket. But people in Australia like physical contact. There is no physical contact. There is no smashing and tackling. And oh, nice work there to stop that from going for a 4. And that'll be a dot ball. And that's the end of the 6th over, 55 for 3. They want high intensity physicality, and cricket isn't that. I'm a simple bloke. Go with what your heart says and calm the Windies. Yeah, Windies not looking spectacular right now with these 3 wickets. Adil Rashid will come in for a bowl. Adil Rashid. It's the best group stage game of all time, Duraz. Best group stage game. I wonder who the Indians are getting behind in this game between the English and West Indies. Because I feel like most of this crowd will be Indians here in Mumbai. So power play is done. At least they get to the 50. What do you think happened? Because I remember Ashes Series 06-07, Warney's 700th was in front of a packed MCG, and cricket used to have so much crowd in those days. Yeah, but think about what format that Warney 700 was. What format was it? Who was it against? Who was it against for Warney's 700th in a packed out MCG? We both know the answer. Draz, says cricket for most Australians is a go-to excuse for test cricket and run amok the whole day, having fun in the summer and killing time till the NRL and AFL starts. Absolutely. I mean, in general, though, cricket had more interest back then. Well, because back then, it was a different time. You didn't have social media. Back then, everyone watched the same shit every night on Channel 9 or Channel 7 or Channel 10. Back then, this is me having a crack at you, it's funny. In Channel 9, Channel 10, and Channel 7, everyone was forced to watch the same shit, whether it be Neighbours or Home and Away. The Simpsons, bloody Footy Show, sometimes The Bachelor, that kind of shit, right? You're forced to watch it because there was no Foxtel. This was before Foxtel. There's no Foxtel, no Austar, no this kind of stuff where you can click on whatever movie you want at any given time. Now, you can watch literally anything you want to at any stage, at any moment. Anything from the 1930s all the way to now. You can probably watch shit from the future nowadays. Whatever you want at your own disposal. You've got Netflix, you've got all these sports, you've got everything. There is so much taking your attention away from sport in regards to, say, a 5-day test match, or in regards to taking 3 hours out of your day. Like, people have to warrant taking hours out of the day. So you've got to remember these people have grown up, say, with rugby league. They're going to be watching rugby league, and then they're going to have maybe a second sport that they'll tune in from time to time. But they're not like people like me and people like you kind of deal who like multiple sports. So when you've got your from the beginning sport, it's very difficult to add a not from the beginning sport that will not be physical contact, will be quite slow for the casual viewer, and can be impacted by rain quite a bit too. NRL and AFL will never take different interest, no way. So basically what I'm saying is, you're comparing times that is harsh to compare, because back then there was nothing to do, and we all had to watch the same shit, and it was very much a cultural aspect of Australia, to now where you've got unlimited ability to do everything. Someone says, would you say sport in general then has taken a dip in interest? No, but look at the length of the sports in comparison. Rugby league's 2 hours. AFL's 2 hours. Well, it's actually less. NRL is like an hour and 50, hour and 45 minutes. Look at my streams. It's about an hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes. The shortest format of cricket goes for 3.5 hours. Shortest. 3.5 hours for a T20 match, whilst an ODI game will go for an entire day, like 9 hours kind of deal, and a test match is 9 hours times 5. And then you can get a draw. And then you can get a draw. And draws are relatively common. That's up in the air, but it will be a single here. Oh, he's lucky he got back in time. 24 runs for Chase. They get the single. AFL will never take a dip in interest. Correct. I know what serpent means. Now, I get what it's trying to say, but it's hard to round up the interest like before. You can't get the same. It's not possible. All the American sports analytics are down. Look at NBA. Look at basketball. And that's a far less viewership. Look at baseball. I think the viewership has actually taken a bit of an uptick. Oh, that was close, but he was well in. I guess as a big cricket fan, sad to see not much interest in general. Agree, but also take into account right now that this game is on at 1:10 in the morning in New South Wales and 12:10 a.m. in Queensland. Take into account that time zones really impact it. The NRL is really easy. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Friday night, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Saturday, 3 p.m., 5:30 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Sunday, 2 p.m., 4 p.m. Bang. Daytime, easy watch, slap up, you're off to bed. Cricket, you don't know, because Australia is currently playing in Australia. Beautiful. Time zone finishes at 5:30 for a test match. Look, we're playing the English in the Ashes. The game finishes at 5 in the morning. So, it's so hard to get that consistency and that rhythm going. Again, we love cricket, and there's a lot of cricket fans out there, but it's really difficult to grow because you're always playing in awful time zones. Like, for example, when we play South Africa later this year, the game won't finish, the test match won't finish until dead set, 7 in the morning. It'll start at 11 p.m. It'll start. It won't finish every day, and we'll be live for it, but you won't see a great deal of Aussies watching. That's a 4 for Chase. They needed that. It's been a couple of slow overs. I mean, when we played England in Rugby League Ashes, those were bad times as well. Look at the time zone. I promise you, look at the Rugby League World Cup numbers this year. They're going to be massive. Massive. Australians have more than enough to do nowadays than to watch sport. But rugby league is just such a big part of Queensland, New South Wales, and AFL is such a big part of Victoria, Western Australia, Southern Australia. There's nothing's going to change in that regard. Shatiti's from India, Malik, yes. Shatiti's from India. Chris, I think so, mate. I think he's so ticked off with seeing the motorbike ad so many times that he just wants to take it out on someone. Also, ODIs was a big thing before T20 series. Even now, Australia don't schedule one day in the summer because they don't care. Adil Rashid needs 1 wicket for 400 in T20s. Jofra Archer needs 2 wickets for 50 in T20Is. I agree with you, Serpent, that it's sad to see there's not much interest in general, but there's no real way around it. Australians see T20 as a gimmicky game, and it is. But it doesn't mean I don't love cricket in general. Cricket, like a lot of other sports, is a niche sport. Don't get why people want it to be big globally. It's never going to be. It's never going to be. But everyone always... I don't know what it is. People always want you to support their team. For example, we always joke around about, someone will go, I need to... Actually, I'll take me out of the equation. Someone will say on a post, I don't have a rugby league team. No, we'll use football because it's an English stream. I don't have a Premier League team. Who should I support? And everyone will always, for some reason, say support my club. They'll say support me and my club. And they're never going to meet this person. That's going to be 2 runs here. Yeah, it'll be 2 runs for Rutherford. You're never going to meet this person. You're never going to see anything. It's not going to impact you at all. But for some reason, people just want that internal validation that their team is the right one to support. And the same thing will go here for cricket and for other sports around the world. And that's why you have this AFL versus NRL rivalry for no reason. People want the internal validation that their sport is the best. So that's why they want it global, because they want their internal validation. But you're never going to get that validation from America. You're never going to get that validation overall. It's not going to be the case. South America is about crazy bing, bang, boom, bang, bing, bang. Everything's going everywhere, bing, bang, boom. That's why their football's so crazy. America is all about strategy and tricking the opponent. They care about tricks. Baseball is about tricking your opponent. NFL is about tricking your opponent. Basketball is about tricking your opponent with your plays. And ice hockey is absolutely about tricking your opponent. It's all about tricky and strategy and being able to get one over the opposition. That's what they like in Northern America. And then you go to Asia. It's all about being precise. It's all about precision hitting, ping pong, cricket, all these kind of sports. Oh, it's a beautiful dink there from Chase. It'll be a 4. Beautiful little dink at the back for a 4. It'll be 32 runs for Chase, and it'll be 71 for 3. So it's all about precision hitting like that, where it's just all about perfection, right? That's why you see China with their ping pong and your cricket and all that kind of jazz. And Japan loves their baseball kind of deal. And then that's going to be a single for Chase. We'll be on 33. And then Africa, I don't really know how to describe Africa, but Europe is about beautiful game. It's about being aesthetically pleasing. That's why over the years they've really appreciated the Italians, and they've really appreciated the Spanish, and they've really appreciated the Germans, because they play a beautiful style of football. It's beautiful. It is aesthetically pleasing. That's Europe. And that's why they don't really get behind the physical contact, even though the physical contact of rugby is actually quite well growing. And has been for a while. Six Nations is pretty decent, but not massive like it probably should be. That's going to be 2 runs here for Rutherford. It'll be on 7. And then Australians in the South Pacific, Australians, Papua New Guineans, Fijians, New Zealanders, Samoans, Tongans, whatnot, we just want to see people whack the fuck out of each other. It's all about physical contact. That's why NRL, AFL, Rugby Union, all these kind of things are the bigger sports, because you just want to see them whack the shit out of each other. So if you look around the world, and you can really see what the different cultures and different places want and like. And that doesn't just generalize everybody, but it's a good generalization. So 74 for 3 through 9. It's not good enough here from the West Indies right now. If you're in the nation, wherever you like is who you should support. If you live in Cronulla, support the Sharks. Live in Cogra, Dragons. Well, that's a hard conversation to have, because, okay, so if you live in Cronulla from when until you're 14 years old, and then you move to the Gold Coast until you're 18 years old, and then you move to Melbourne until you're 28 years old, and then you end up moving to New Zealand in Auckland until you're 45 years old, are you changing your team based off where you live every single time? Or where are you saying the specific point is? I think it should be where you are from at the time you choose your team, but also you need to be specific about that rather than just where you live. Because if it's where you live, then you can change your team every year if you move to different places. Yeah, wherever you develop the attachment, I agree with that. That's why I just had to say, though, be more specific, because otherwise you'll allow people to support wherever they live. I'm moving to Melbourne then, lads. I'm moving to Penrith. No, I'm not moving to Penrith. No, thank you. That's going to be a single. 77 for 3. UFC and boxing do well. There's not enough volume here, though. Boxing completely died off comparatively to how much people cared about it before. Boxing's nowhere near as big as it used to be. UFC really grew. UFC is massive. That's a pretty global language in a lot of ways. UFC is loved by majority of the world. He's out. Chase is gone. It's an LBW. Chase is gone. It's an LBW. Chase is going to have a look here, but I'm pretty certain this is an LB. I have a few mates who grew up in primary liking teams like the Broncos and Cowboys. I actually didn't realise there's a lot of New South Wales born people who go for Broncos and Storm, etc., and the Cowboys, because they supported them when they were successful. It's like your Liverpools and your Arsenals and your Man Uniteds, Man Cities now, Chelsea's. Passes close to the inside edge, but I don't think he hits the bat. It better hit the bat here, otherwise this is a wasted review, because it's 100% hitting. It's 100% hitting the stumps. And no, he doesn't hit the ball, so this is 100% gone. This is about to be a lost review here. I live in a middle of nowhere town. Hold on one second. Let me just look at this ball tracker. And pitching outside off. Gone. Hitting. Review lost. He is out of there, baby. He's out of there, baby. Gone. 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 Boxing don't have enough big Aussie names. Cambosis beat Lopez, became slightly important, then fell off. Slightly important's crazy. Your Tim Tszyu was pretty big, but you got to remember Australia has a population of 26 million. We're talking about countries of America that have 350 million, India with 1.4 billion, China with, well, people debate their number now. People debate their number. They debate that China could be off by about a bill. Do you know that? This is a really interesting conversation, though. But they debate that China may have actually just assumed their numbers and made up their numbers because of that one baby rule. It didn't actually make sense how they could have got there. It should have regressed the number, not completely exploded the number. So people debate that China doesn't actually have 1.2 billion or whatever it is now. 1.3 billion, thank you, study things, but you know what I mean. So Rodman Powell, 77 for 4. Powell comes in. But even nowadays, I have a lot of friends who still go for them like cows. Yeah, but if you start going for them as a baby or as a young kid, who cares? I don't agree with why you supported them, but also it's the same thing as going for Liverpool and being from Sydney. It's not the same, but similar. Jai Opetaia should be getting way more coverage for his achievement in the boxing scene. He should be, but he obviously has awful marketing, and his promo team sucks. Next bowl. And that'll be a dot ball. 24 watching and only 5 likes. Come on, guys. You smash the thumbs up button, guys. Get involved in the chat. It's free. You may as well. What you think of people supporting New South Wales or Queensland but never been or lived in the other state? If they're not from Queensland or New South Wales, you can support whoever the hell you want. But if you're from New South Wales and support Queensland, you're a knob. And if you're from Queensland and you support New South Wales, you're a knob. At the dot ball. Don't start this, Duraz. It's not about where you're born, brother. I was born in Cogra. I was born in Cogra. My family lived there for 2 weeks. The entirety of my life was in Queensland. I ain't New South Wales shit, bro. You can't blame me. When we moved to Queensland when I was 2 weeks old, I have no recollection of living in New South Wales. That will be 2. It's not about where you're born. It never has been about where you're born. The rules have never been about born. This is just what people come up with so that they can have an easy way to explain it to people who don't know about Origin. 79 for 4. 10 overs gone here, guys. Thumbs up, subscribe. 7.9 the run rate. They need a lot more here, the old West Indies. Up ball. I think that only becomes a debate is because Origin means where you came from. Yes, but it's not where you're born. It's where you came from. It's not where you're born, but the technical version of Origin, yes, you can claim it's where you're born, but that's not been a part of it in regards to State of Origin, which is what people talk about forever. Yeah, you know, I was born in Cogra, but we were only there for 2 weeks. I know someone, though, on the Gold Coast who was born in Queensland, raised in Queensland, lived their whole life in Queensland, on the Gold Coast side of the border, on the Queensland side of the border, by far, like Ashmore Way or whatever. And they're a New South Wales fan, diehard. It's the most ridiculous thing. Born, raised, lived their entire life in Queensland, New South Wales fan. Unbelievable. Yeah, exactly right, Tigers fan. I think the true meaning is what state made you who you are. Exactly right. If you were born and raised in New South Wales made you who you are. If you were born in New South Wales and lived your entire life in Queensland, then bang, you're a Queenslander. If you were born in Queensland and you lived your entire life in New South Wales, well, then I just feel sorry for you. So 80 for 4 here, 10.1 overs down. Oh, no. It's funny because Shatish and Malik are just having a back and forth right now. While we're talking about this, we've got World War III happening in the chat between Malik and Shatish. We got World War III happening there, and we're just talking about where people are born. That's going to be a dot ball. No, it's going to be single here. So 81 for 4, 10.3. Made you who you are. Made you who you are, not made you. Brenton, don't you be sneaky. Not made you. If he had left it at made you, then sure, but he said made you who you are. That is different to made you. That's the literal conceiving notion. Don't go down scientific path here, you nub. Don't go down to scientific, buddy, Scientology lesson or something. Someone says, I know a mate, same thing, born and raised in New South Wales, but goes for Queensland because he supports the Broncos as well, and most of the players are obviously Queenslanders. Well, that's just silly. No, that's just silly. That's just stupid. It's just like when I say to my dad, I don't back him in as a Queenslander because he was born and raised in New South Wales and changed when he was 35. That's going to be a dot ball, so only a 3 off of this 5 ball over. Who made who? You made you. Tried to twist it. I know you tried to twist it. I know. But you're a Knights fan. You're dodgy. Next ball. And that will be a single. 83 for 4. Dude, they're well behind where they need to be at. Well behind. There's a warming undercurrent in the chat. Oh boy. I don't think there's anything wrong with Broncos, but Queensland, seriously? No, so supporting a domestic team is completely different to supporting the Origin team. What do you think they'll get? Right now, Night Eyes, it's honestly, what were they after 10? They were what, like 79 after 10? I think they only got 4 runs off that, or 78. So let's go 78. So my prediction will be 140, 156, 66, 76, 86. Oh, that's too high, man, based off what we're seeing. But I'll go 176. I will. I'll go say 176. It's hard because that's probably a bit high. I think 176 is not a bad shout if they keep their wickets. If they don't just lose wickets quickly, I don't think 176 is actually a bad shout. No, I'm gonna go 160. I think it's too high with the wickets. Because what I'm saying here, as you guys know, what I'll usually do is I'll take the 10th over, and I will double the innings, and then I'll add 20, 30 on for the last 5. But the 4 wickets, I'm going to go 160. I'm going to go 160 here. But I wouldn't be surprised with 176 if they didn't lose their wickets. But I'll go 160, so another 80. Because if it was 78, then that's 140, 148, 156, 10 is 166, 20 is 176, 30 is 1, and that's a smash 6. Look, I am going to make the bold call. You know what? I'll stick by my guns here. I'll stick by how I usually do the math in regards to team scores at the end, and I'm going to go 176. I'm going to do it. Night Eyes, sue me. Sue me. Sue me, Night Eyes. Send me packing. They're still going in the chat. Guys, let them do it. Let them do their thing. This is India, Pakistan doing their own thing. Let them do their thing over there. But also, Brenton, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it, just in case. So, Will Jacks, his next bowl. Oh, he's been slaughtered. Dude, that's one of the biggest 6s you're going to see this tournament. That is huge. That might be like 98. That dead set might be the biggest 6 we've seen in this tournament so far. Hold on, show us how far this was. I'm going to back in a 98 here. That has been smashed past the moon. That's been smashed to Jupiter. 92 metres. Very big. So not the biggest, but very big. India vs Pakistan. It's like Tyson vs Holyfield, but who's doing the ear biting? I could give you an answer for that, but it would probably come off really wrong, so I'm going to leave it. That's going to be a single. Jax is getting smashed. Yeah, he is. So, Night Eyes, what are you going with? Put this back to the chat. What do you guys think West Indies finish on? 32 off 2 overs. Yeah, he is. What do you guys think the West Indies will finish on after the 20 overs? I've gone with a big, bold, ballsy, nuts on the table call of 176. Which means they need to get 79 more runs in the last 8 overs. 8.1 overs. Agreed. I want loads from both countries in the chat on Sunday. Awesome. The thing is, Chris, is that India vs Pakistan, whilst has the chance to really blow up, is also kind of impossible to blow up from streams like that. because there is quite literally thousands of Hindi Urdu channels that'll be streaming that game, not even necessarily commentating it, but just there, right? So they'll have thousands of them. So it's going to be very difficult for them to find our stream to come and involve themselves here. At least we've already got some, some Pakistanis and Indians here that will, really vibe it. But it's not really going to see I don't think it's going to see an overwhelming amount of people. Now, I could be wrong. We could luck out in regards to the YouTube algorithm. But I also don't know how much we would want that because it would get super toxic in this chat. It would get super toxic too. Oh, you guys are kind of backing in that high score like me. Fair enough. I won't have a dog in the fight, Malik. I just want to watch some good cricket. I won't support either India or Pakistan, but I will just enjoy the match, mate. You guys do your thing. I'm not a part of it. And that's my honest thoughts. If I wanted to support someone, I would. He's going for the bar. No. He's the last person I'm going for. The very, very, very last. Kraken balls with the big 200 plus call. I'm backing it in. Let's go. Oh, Kraken went 200 plus. Kraken, mate. That is some nuts in the table cojones kind of deal there. That is some big cojones play. In recent India-Pakistan games, I have cherry-picked who to go for. I'm going to go for the winner. How about that one? I'm going to go for whoever wins. Oh, it's a beautiful shot for a 4. That is a beautiful shot for Powell. And they get past the horny hunch, baby. Horny hunch, baby. Rutherford is slapping it around, so is Powell now. It's 102 for 4. Malik Sport, grow up. There's no Babai. Next bowl from Archer will be a single. I feel like we as a chat have been fairly open on what we'd like to see. A draw so no one's happy. Maybe some rain as the last over. Rain as the last over begins. I'll be honest with you. I just want to watch some good cricket and for everyone to get home safely because it is always a risk in regards to that. It is a legitimate concern. So as long as everyone gets home safely, no volatile shit happens and we just enjoy some cricket, that's all I want. Next bowl. Oh, that is a hard edge that's going to go for... Does he touch the ground before he gets that ball away? It's either 2 runs or a 6 here. It's either 2 runs or a 6. Does he... Oh, it might only be a single here. I want to see this again. I thought when he grabbed it, he put his hand on the ground. Here we go. He's in the field of play, and he's still in the... Oh, no, he has thrown it back in. Oh, it's a boundary. Hit the boundary. It's a 4. Oh, it is a 6, actually. No, it is a 6. Yeah. It's a 6. It hits the boundary on the full. Clear 6. Well, I didn't see it hit the boundary. I thought it might have come in onto the grass. So that's why I didn't know if it was a 6 or not. But they haven't called it a 6. They only called it a 1. So we're just waiting for him. And now they've called it a 6. What? Even in your live chat, the India vs Pakistan debate is going on. Well, it's not like you care. Well, what do you want me to do about it? From an Indian and Pakistani perspective, what would you like me to do about it? This isn't our fight. This is a problem with the world. It's like everyone expects everybody to do everything about everything. Why should I care and get involved in your fight? If Pakistanis and Indians want to have a crack at each other, I don't necessarily want to see that, but at the end of the day, it's your fight to fight. It's not ours. We just want to watch cricket, mate. We're just here to watch cricket. We're not here for the political bullshit. We're just here to watch cricket. So, Pakistan win, great. India win, great. It's not a problem for us. It's not our fight to fight. Just do a Bollywood dance, please. You know, it's funny. When I was going to go to Mumbai, I was going to do a Bollywood dancing class and film it. I was. Oh, it's a 4 for Pal. That's a 4 for Pal. England's bowling hasn't been great, Night Eyes, but this is a batter's pitch. It is. The average first inning score here is about 176, as we saw before. Oh, actually, I just realised my score that I predicted is the average here. My score that I predicted actually ended up is the average for the first innings. You should have. I'd pay to see that stuff. I'll do it one day. I'll do it one day. No, I was going to do it. But I didn't end up going to Mumbai. I got out. Current, hey, by the way, Night Eyes, current run rate's 175. Just throwing it out there. 184, 10 runs per over. 198, 12 runs per over. The current is around that 176. Alright. 31 runs off the last 12 balls with 2 4s and 3 6s. They're opening up. They ballooned their score this over. My 163 is feeling short. Sticking by. I'm glad I went with the balls he called the 176. Oh, that's a 4. Rutherford smacks the 4 and it's 34 runs now for Rutherford. And the West Indies, they are starting to claw their way back into a good score. Why is it that West Indies kid was crying because of that 4? He was crying. What happened there? Next ball. Oh, dot ball. Do we have any West Indies fans in the chat? That's going to be, well, not in the chat, but watching. That's going to be a wide. So 119.4. I wonder if we've had any West Indies fans come through. Powell's a unit. He's a big boy. I'd like to know a bit about the West Indies. That's why I ask if there's anybody who's a West Indies fan who's watching. Get in the chat, because I actually want to ask you about how cricket's doing in the West Indies. He'd bring in 20 new viewers alone with a quick Bollywood shuffle. Mate, I probably would actually blow up on Instagram if I went to India and did a Bollywood dance. Oh, he's crunched that for a 6. Rutherford with a big bump and the 50 slap up. And then he said 30, but it's actually 40. That's why I changed it. That is a big time 6. Next topic. I love how blunt Brenton is. He just says, that's it, next topic. And that'll be a wide. Wow, Dawson's been given a couple of wides away here. If Blaze does a waist rotation kind of step once, I promise I will bring at least 100 followers here. Shatij, I don't think you realise this. I used to professionally dance in Fiji. I might be the greatest dancer of all time. I used to do fire dancing, and I can still fire 12, but you can't forget that kind of stuff. That would have been another wide, but it'll be a dot ball because he hits it. But I used to do fire twirling, and I'm not the greatest dancer, but I'll dance the night away. Get me going. Maybe when the Titans win the comp, we see him blasting Bollywood music. Well, I've done plenty of reviews about like Vietnam and Hong Kong music on my BK Travel. I need to get back into those music reviews because I do love listening to the music all around the world. Breno doesn't mess around. He's like Jay's angry uncle. But Jay's so old. He's so old. That means Brenton is super old too. See, he's super older. If he's his uncle, gosh, he must be like 800. So 127 for 4 through 13.5. I'm feeling that the 176 might be underrating it with how these two guys are batting right now. What's this when they win the comp? Well, they win the comp this year, so Tigers fan, you got to realise this. You got to start using the old noggin. Come on. Who's going to win the comp this year? It's not going to be literally anybody. That is not the Titans. The team who's going to win the comp this year is going to be the Titans. That's just obvious. You don't want to be silly, and as if you want to be one of the loser loners outside of the pack while everyone knows the Titans are going to win the comp, and you're just sitting over there like, oh, I don't think so. You're wrong. Everyone here, it's always the group consensus that's right. It's never the individual in the corner. No way. No way. So 14 overs gone here. 127 for 4. England's bowling options in all formats right now is very lacking. Yeah, it's not great, mate. They could get Ben Duckett for a bowl. How about that? Oh, swing. That should be... Oh, sorry. They're showing us a wicket here. They're showing us the wicket. I forgot it was the drinks break. I actually might go quickly wash my face here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'm going to go wash my face to pump us home for this back end of the first innings. There we are. Showing us when the West Indies beat England a few years back. It's pretty typical for everyone though, isn't it? Alright, 6 overs to go. Yeah, but Brenton, see, you say your bets have been as good as Harrison's of late to Shatij. He blamed us. He tried to blame us. He didn't want to blame himself. He tried to say that we were the jinx for his bets. Unbelievable stuff, you know. Unbelievable how we copped the old criticism and blame for that. We did nothing. We didn't do jack. So 127 for 4. 6 overs to go. Yeah, they're showing us the highlights of that Ahmedabad game. Oh, they said it was the longest T20 game ever played. What happened was making noodles. What do you mean? What do you mean what happened? Do you think Tongue is England's best bowler right now? Tongue was very good in the Ashes. I think that form-wise he's actually better than Archer. I would actually play Tongue over... Definitely over Overton. And I want to see him in T20. I don't know what he's like in T20, but in Test cricket, I definitely think he's a permanent fixture. Talking about guy playing in the chat. Oh, Shatij, the other day, he said that he's never going to tell us about one of his bets ever again because he believes that we're the jinx to his bets. So that's, yeah, that happened the other day, though, with Shatij. And I said, yeah, Muppet, it's your fault. We got nothing to do with it. We didn't do anything. A good tradesman never blames his tools. Exactly right. So 9.04 in the run rate, 128.44. Oh, that's up in the air. Has he got enough on that for a 6 or is he out? He's out. Powell is gone. Powell is gone. 128 for 5. 128 for 5. Malik, you'll have to ask our moderators because I didn't time me out. I don't know. You must have said something. Malik, you're inciting a riot. Oh no, what did he do? I didn't actually see it. I actually didn't see it. Oh, you're talking about the India versus Pakistan debate is going on. Yeah, we'll just move on from the India versus Pakistan debate. But I didn't know he even got hidden. I didn't even know. I didn't know he got timed out until he's told me that he got timed out. Didn't need that work at the West Indies. They did not. They did not. I can't tell you how many comments I've written and then thought, nope, really can't say that. Just delete it again. Like what though, Chris? Like what? If we thought it was too much, I'd tell you. If I thought it was too much or too far, I'd let you know. So what time do we stream tomorrow? What time is that Titans Dolphins game? 4 p.m. Oh, okay. So it's like the second game of the cricket. Okay, beautiful. Like I got a good sleep in. That's great. DIY says I want the West Indies to qualify for the Super 8. Well, I think they will. Who do you think would beat them? Who do you think would be the team that would stop them from getting in? Because if you look at their group, it's just Scotland, Nepal, and Italy. They're better than Italy. Nepal could make it close, but I think that West Indies have already beaten Scotland, so it's only Nepal that you think could get. Wow, that's an amazing bowl from Adil Rashid. Nepal. Well, let's see them play more than just the one game. Sometimes you can see these teams really arc up for a game and then fall away. Let's see Nepal a little bit more first before we start going all in on them. Their next game is against the West Indies on Sunday. No, sorry. Their next game is actually tomorrow. I won't get to stream it, but it's Nepal versus Italy. They should win that game. Nepal versus West Indies on Sunday. Unfortunately, I won't even be able to stream that game. No, that's on Monday. We'll be able to stream that game. Oh, no. No, it is on Sunday. I won't be able to stream that. I got the Rugby League. But that's the big telling game of that group. Malik, they said to move on as it's too much to just discuss something else. What I literally said was, it's not our fight. If there are Indians and Pakistanis here who talk about India and Pakistan, that's your fight. Don't ask me to defend anybody. I ain't defending India and I ain't defending Pakistan. It's not my fight to be fought. We're here to watch cricket. What is an Australian going to do? Do you want me to go to the border of Kashmir and be the one to tell everybody, guys, calm down. Guys, please. Please, stop it. 15 overs gone. USA nearly beat India and then got smacked by Pakistan, so definitely right. Sometimes minnow teams play that one grand final type game, yeah. Like, Nepal could... They, for all money, could still get into the Super 8, but let's relax on hyping them up too much based off of one game. Yeah, exactly, Seven. Talk about that stuff in the India-Pakistan stream at least, but obviously keep it cricket-related, not political. Yeah, as long as you keep it cricket-specific. Notice is why we talking about India at times pack, because we've got a Pakistani fan here and an Indian fan here, and they were talking about it before. Can I not even talk about India versus Pakistan? Brother, are you hearing anything I'm saying? Are you listening to anything I'm saying? Next ball. Oh, that's a hard edge. That'll go for 4. For Rutherford, he'll be on 47. USA lost to Pakistan because they did not have their star bowler. USA lost to Pakistan because they weren't good enough at all. USA lost to India because they dropped a sitter of a catch of Suryakama Yadav, who went from 15 on a drop catch to 84, and they lost by 29. That's a very important boundary. Oh, that's a huge 6 from Rutherford, and guess what it is? It's a footy bum, footy bum, footy bum, footy bum, footy bum, footy bum. It's a footy bum for Shafan Rutherford. He gets 53. He gets 53 with the old footy bum, and it is a massive 6 there Massive, massive 6 to get the party started in the West Indies. Well, it was only 67 metres to be fair, but it was big enough. It was big enough. Yes, Afghanistan versus South Africa was very good. So Overton pitches it up, and that will be a single. It's like talking up the USA as a real contender after one game against India, correct? Why is he lying down on the sideline like that? Why is he lying down on the boundary like this? So 4, 6, and 1. That is 11 runs. This last game only is bad for Aussie time. Rests are decent for us. Yeah, the last game, but the issue is that basically every game of the Super 8 is this time, and the final is this time as well. So once we get to the big leagues, the big games, Australia, the time zone it sucks, and for Kiwis it sucks even worse. Like, I'm fine. In Vietnam, it's 9:51 p.m. This game finishes at about 11:30, 12, more so 12. I'm fine, but these games, the final of the tournament won't finish until about 4:30 a.m. for people in New South Wales, 3:30 a.m. for people in Queensland, and 6:30 a.m., 6:30 or so a.m. for people in New Zealand. Oh, swing and a miss. That Sri Lanka game will definitely give us a good indication for Australia despite smacking Ireland today. Yeah, it was a very easy win against Ireland today. Sri Lanka haven't been spectacular at all, man. I'm pretty confident we beat them. I'm pretty confident that we go through this group stage clean. I don't think we have too much of a scare. But we will play India in the Super 8. And obviously it's 2 teams from the Super 8 go through to the semi-finals. We'll be in a group with, at the moment, it's shaping up to be South Africa. It's shaping up to be South Africa, India. That's a good end of the over there from Overton after the first couple of balls. But South Africa, India, and who's the other team right now? Maybe like a Nepal? No, maybe like a West Indies. West Indies. So West Indies, India, South Africa, and Australia. The other group will probably have England, New Zealand. Who am I missing right now? Pakistan and somebody else. But for Pattaya Gens, D-Gens, it's decent time. Your same time zone as me, Smithster. It's 9:53 p.m. Your same time zone as me. Yeah, no, I get why the timeouts come there. Yeah, leave it out. Just let the chat flow normally now. We'll get out of that India-Pakistan banter because we do know you were baiting him, Shatish. It was very obvious you were baiting him. Did Crawley get injured in the warm-ups against Sri Lanka? That's fair. I forgot that Zach Crawley's not been here. I'll go Google it. 1 second. 16 overs gone. Oh, that's a swing and a miss. I think that's... Yeah, it's a good ball. It looked like it, maybe wide, but no, it's fine. Zach Crawley. No, I don't want images. I want news. Wait, hold on a second. I haven't seen this. England star Zach Crawley called out over nonsense Ashes claim. England opener Zach Crawley has come under scrutiny for what were described as staggering words with his team on the brink of losing the Ashes in just 11 days. Oh, it's a 6 here for Holder. It's a 6. That's 8 runs for him. Crawley said the mood in the England dressing room was flat as they stared down the barrel of losing the Ashes with 3 tests. This was ages ago, admitting Australia with a better side. England is still 228, whatever. Should they lose the 5-match series we decided with tests in Melbourne and Sydney? Still to come after Australia won the opening 2. They're just flat. We came here to win the Ashes. We're always an optimistic team, an upbeat team. We'll try to pop as much as we can. But what has he said wrong? But it was Crawley's comments to the BBC. Oh, another short ball has been sent for a 6. Wow, Holder. 6 more. Holder gets 6 more, and he's on 14. The 150 bomb comes up here for the West Indies, and they're on 154 from 5. Sure, not saying it straight. That's a big shot there. That's gone. Oh, yeah, that's right. If we can get back to 3-2, suddenly it's a pretty good series. That was that article. Is that Crawley? T20. Curious case of Crawley opening in Sri Lanka sums up cracks in English cricket. There's nothing really here, mate. There's nothing really here that tells anything about Zach Crawley. So Holder on 14, Rutherford on 54. 3.3 overs remaining here. And that will be hit for a single, 155. Well, I'm 22 runs off of my prediction of 176. I'm pretty 100% guaranteed certain that they're going to get the 176. Can they get more? They do need more. They do probably need to push this up to about 200, which is 45 in 3.2. Carl, hello, mate. You missed out on the belter today. South Africa, Afghanistan. Went 2 super overs. 2 super overs. Chris says, go the West Indies. Wow, Chris, you're English. Why are you going for the West Indies here? Why are you going for the West Indies? What are you doing? 1 for 29 for Sam Curran through 2.4. 6-6-1, and that'll be a single. So it'll be 6-6-1 and 1. 14 runs off of the over. Come on, let's punch in some sixes and try and get that 200. I think it's too much, but to be fair, if they can run at 10 runs and over, by the way, double the score, give them 20-30. Right now, they probably are on target for about 186. 10 runs and over, plus the extra ball, they're probably aiming for about 190 right now. Chris is getting nervous. Yeah, he's getting the shakes, mate. You can see that Chris is starting to get the old shiver me timbers. You can sense it. You can feel it. As Australians, we smell the blood in the air of the English. We smell it. Oh, shot from Holder. And he gets the 6. And it's 162 for 5. And I tell you, the 200 is still on here with the way they're hitting. I tell you, the 200 is still on here if they keep hitting like this. That's 3 6s in the over, and Sam Curran was very expensive there. 10 runs and over feels possible. Well, 10 runs and over takes them into the 190s. Because it's been a moment. Shatij, it's the reason why you were timed out is because people we could see that you were trying to bait Malik into an argument. So that's why Branson timed you out. 9.53 on the run rate. Right now, they're probably situating themselves around that 192, 195 area. Wow, what a massive over that was. 20 run over. And it's going to be Adil Rashid. He's got 1 more over left. You'd imagine if they reach near 200, England will absolutely go for it, and a lot of wickets will fall cheaply. Well, I think, and I said this before at the game started, like there was a chance that this game was going to be like a 210, and England could still chase it down. This is a good batting pitch, man. It's really good. So next bowl, 2.5 balls to go. For starters, you don't become a moderator by asking to be a moderator. But also, secondly, the only reason you want to be the moderator is so that you don't get timed out. That's going to be a dot ball. Send an email. Don't encourage people to send me emails, Brenton. 35 runs in 2 overs just then, by the way. Oh, he went for a big swing and he's missed it. This is a good over here from Adil Rashid. No, Shatish, don't listen to Brenton. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Your application before to Jay. Oh, he's hit that one. He's got behind that, but it won't get to the boundary. So that will just be a single. It's a good single, though, because it does get the left-hander on strike here against Adil Rashid. The right-hander wasn't finding any good movement, good range to smack that one. Don't want to become one. Oh, he's gone for a big shot, and that's straight up in the air from Rutherford. So just as I was saying, the left. Oh, no, he's dropped him. Oh, no, Rashid dropped him, and they're going to get another freebie run. Oh, it's a nightmare ball. It's ended up being a nightmare ball. It was always going to be a difficult catch there for Adil Rashid, but it goes from a wicket to a drop catch and then 2 runs. Yes, it's just about when we need a moderator, mate. You know, we've got plenty at the moment. But to be fair, like the more we do cricket, the more I'm going to obviously need a cricket moderator. Not now, though. But the more we grow, eventually I'm going to need a moderator that will be on at times that, the Aussies aren't. For games that are like India and England and the West Indies and all that sort of stuff, or South Africa, in South Africa. And that's a great over there from Adil Rashid, besides the dropped catch. We've all been timed out to Tish. We can all get a bit keen from time to time. I want to time you out right now, Chris. He does deserve to be timed out for being an England fan, Daraz. He does. Fantastic spell by Rashid. Lowered the amount of runs. Yes, he dropped the catch, which was tough. But he lowered the amount of runs and probably keeps him under 200 now with that spell. So Archer, he's been giving up quite a few runs, though. Over 10 runs and over. He's been giving up 11 runs per over on the dot. 1 for 33 through 3. So 2 for 16 through 4 overs is incredible bowling from Rashid on a good batter's wicket. I think that was the reason given, actually. Good. Archer's here to make up for Rashid. Yeah, exactly. What did Taraz say? Oh, no, he doesn't deserve to be timed out for that. That is abuse of power, Brenton. And he does not deserve to be timed out for that. That's a good shot, but it'll be a single. 168 for 5. 2 more overs to go here. Can you still get up to that 190? Are England a main contender for you, or just a team that will make Super 8s? I think I've got them. I think I do have them as a Super 8 right now, because right now I would actually fancy Pakistan and New Zealand to go through that side of the groups. 168.5. Nah, Shatish, because if you do that, you get these little cucks who come in and spam their Instagram handles and spam to try and self-promote themselves. So you can't. That's why we don't do that, because otherwise you get people who just abuse it. That will go through for a 4. Nice shot from Holder. And it's 172 for 5, and Archer making up for all the good work that Adil Rashid did. Trust me, we're still building and growing cricket, right? This is the first real full-on cricket that we're doing, and it's going to be very consistent, and you guys are going to love the amount of cricket we're going to do on this channel permanently for the future, but we're only brand new in regards to the old cricket scene on here. We've learnt all the tricks from rugby league, so we know, I know, what it's like if you allow stuff like that. And it can go down a pretty bad path with just people spamming, follow me here, subscribe to my channel. Just put in the work, man. If you're good enough, then people will come. If you're not good enough, people will not come. Drop Archer, play cast. Now that is exactly the type of comment I was expecting, Carl. I love it. I love it. Considering the South Africans are 2 from 2, you definitely need more South Africans in your team, Carl. So it's a good shout. So 173.5. Then again, South Africa haven't looked exactly unbelievable either. Oh, he's been smashed for a 6 there. Off the back foot. He has been sent for a 6. Bethel could do nothing about that. And the 200 is a chance if they can get another 6 here. If they can get another 6 right now. By the way, the punishment is coming for dropping Rutherford. The West Indies are punishing them for the drop. Yeah, he did his best there, Bethel, but there was no chance. He put his body on the line, that's for sure. Well, again, Brenton, I don't get to see the timing. I only see when someone gets timed out. I don't actually get to as it's so weird as the person, the actual creator of the channel, and you don't get to see the timeout like length. It's actually like stupid. It's weird how YouTube does that. It's like, surely I should be able to see how long someone gets timed out for on my channel, but YouTube doesn't show it. So one more ball left here of this over. 19 runs for the 200. I don't think it happens, but if they were to get a boundary here, just a 4 would be 185, a 6 would be 187, then that 200 is still on. Chris says that's because Australia have already stolen all the South Africans already. Oh, really? We're going to go down this path of stolen players, are we? We're going to do that, are we? Is this... would we like to count? Would we like to do a count? That would just be a single here. So 182 is what they're on with 1 over to go here, 9.58. So they'll definitely get to the 190, I would say. But 200s are probably a bit too much unless you've got the Afghani batter smacking them around. Yeah, glass houses, Chris. Exactly right, Chris. Exactly right, Carl. Serpent says, still baffled at how England won a test in Australia. Oh, bro, look at the wicket. That was a 50-50 wicket. Honestly, the West Indies could have come down and beaten us on that day, on that test. You could have seen Pakistan come here and probably... Oh, spin might not have done too well there. No, spin wouldn't have done well. We would have beat Pakistan. But majority of countries that have any form of pace could have come. It would have been a 50-50, mate. If it wasn't for an absolutely abhorrent, horrific pitch that will go down in the ages as the worst pitch of all time, it probably doesn't happen. Jamie Overton having a bit of a better day than what he would usually put up spud balls. And he will get the final over here. Let's see him make up for that and give up a single. So it'll be 183 for 5 with 5 balls left. I guess it's just sour losing to the Poms, especially how we didn't let them win since 2011. Yeah, I agree. But with that being said, like it's fine. Like we won the series. The series was already done. However, if we had have lost that game in Adelaide, which was getting close, we ended up winning by 72 runs, but it was getting close. If we had lost that game in Adelaide, it would have been 2-1 going into Melbourne, then it would have been 2-2. Sydney would have been really interesting. However, it might have been a different story if we had lost that Adelaide one. They might have turned up a bit more. Might have been different in the MCG. Oh, 6. That's a bang from Holder. That is a bang, and he is on 33. Rutherford's having a fantastic game. It's unfortunate that he's not going to be able to get the 20 more runs here. to actually be the highest scorer in this tournament. This has been a brilliant comeback. They could now still get the 200. 11 runs off of the 200. If they can get one more 6, that's 5 runs in 3 balls. That landed next to me in Sheffield. Yeah, that was an absolute massive hit. Massive. Massive. 12 sixes in the innings. 4 balls to go here for Overton. Ooh, good bowl. Dot ball just inside the line. Dot ball. Very risky, though, putting it wide, because you've seen a lot of these balls that have been put wide have been sent to the rafters today. Three balls to go. That is a perfectly placed ball there, just inside the line. All right, 3 balls left. They'll get to 190. Can they get 3? Can they get 200? Sorry. Didn't get behind that enough, and that will be a wicket for Holder on 33. They wanted Rutherford on here. Even though Holder did get the 6, they would have loved Rutherford to be the guy on strike, and now they're going to get their next man in, Romario Shepherd, who can bat. Like, he can bat, not that he really needs to. He's only got 2 balls to face, but he can bat. 189, the board in England still favourites. Yeah, because the thing is, they're inconsistent, man. Like, I wouldn't be 100% on England here, but I would definitely still give them the favouritism, because this is definitely a batter's wicket. And I'm expecting Phil Salt to have a better performance than he did against Nepal, where he got out really, really easily. I'm expecting him to have a better performance there. And if he can have a better performance, and Josh Butler goes early, but if Phil Salt or Josh Butler have a good performance to start off the foundation, I feel like England should get over the line. Yeah, he goes big or goes early. Similar to Travis Head. Similar to Harry Brook. And that is sliced, and that's going to be out. No, they're going to check that. I don't think he's got him, because he's pretty much showing that he hasn't got him. Phil Salt, I think he trapped on the ground. So they'll get 1, though. So it'll be 190. Why are you even checking this? You can see from Phil Salt's reaction that it's not out. Yeah, Phil Salt's reaction shows this isn't out, so I don't even know why they're checking it. He knows he didn't catch it. So it's 1 run, so it's 190 for 6. What is the odds, though, Chij? Like, how heavy favourites are England? Is it like $1.60, $1.50, or is it more like $1.70? Oh, big swing, big swing, big swing. 6 to finish it off, and that's 196. Spewing. They'll only be 4 off. $1.83. Okay, well, that means it's basically 50-50. Missed 200 by 4 runs. So close to the West Indies, and that 4 runs probably comes down to Shea Hope going for a duck, and also Brandon King going for 1. 4 runs off of 200 is going to hurt the West Indies, and I think 196 is still good, though. 197 is not going to be an easy chase by any means, but with England's batting, whilst inconsistent, they would really fancy themselves here in Mumbai. They would drop to $1.75 now. How does it drop to $1.75 after a 6? To put them to 196. How does it drop to go from $1.83 to $1.75 after a big 6 to finish off the innings? That's crazy for mine. But anyway, Romario Shepherd. That was a... oh no, sorry, it was Shafan Rutherford who got that 6, wasn't it? But alright. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's going to be all but done for the West Indies innings. It's 57% on the live win probability for England, 43% for the West Indies. The English batting lineup, they're going to have Phil Salt and Josh Butler opening, Jacob Bethelin at 3, Tom Banton at 4, Harry Brook 5, Sam Curran at 6, Will Jacks at 7, Liam Dawson 8, Jamie Overton 9, Jofra Archer 10, and Adil Rashid in last. This is going to be an interesting chase, because it is a high chase. It is a high chase, but this is a good batting pitch. Carlos, we definitely got the batting and on a good pitch. However, we are England and we have the ability to lose any game. As you know, with the merchandise, just wait for the collapse. But guys, hit that like button and subscribe. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes as we get underway for the English innings, which is going to be a good old chase. I'll be back in just a few moments. All right, let's get going here as we look to see if England can chase down a big total of 196. It is a decent total to chase here. But with that being said, it is Mumbai, and this does have a good track record of high scores. The average score of a first innings at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai is 175 in 2025, and they have got over that with 196. So it's 21 runs above the average. However, the team that comes out on top here at Wankhede Stadium, the team batting second won 60% of the time. The team batting first won 40% of the time. So, this is a very evenly matched game right now. England do have, plenty of batters here. When it comes to their batters, Phil Salt is ranked number 2 in the world in the ICC rankings. Josh Buttler is ranked number 3 in the world. So these are the two openers. Jeez, I can't even speak. Well, we've been here for a long time today. We're getting up to about 11 hours now. But Phil Salt 2, Josh Buttler in 3. And then Harry Brook is at 25. And we'll skip over Ben Duckett there because he's not playing, and so with Liam Livingston. Jacob Bethel at 72, despite the fact that he will rise. And that is what does them for the batting. And then for the bowling for the West Indies, they've got Akil Hussain, who I don't believe is here today. I don't believe he's here. Let's go have a look. Akil Hussain, is he playing? Yes, he is actually. Akil Hussain is actually in this team. So he will be bowling. He is the 11th best bowler in the world. Moving down, it's a bit of a gap between him and the 35. Gudagesh Motti, who is playing today. Roston Chase is in 47. Matthew Ford not playing today. He's in 44. And Romario, geez, he must be... Yeah, Romario Shepherd, who got 5 wickets against Scotland. He's equal 81st with Ireland's Barry McCarthy. So that's a big drop-off. He had 5 wickets. He'll definitely improve after this World Cup, because he was down 13 spots until then. But he'll definitely improve. And the West Indies, Alzari Joseph in 96th. But Alzari Joseph is not playing here today. So look, the West Indies do have a decent amount of batting in them. They do have the ability to make this game interesting, and 196 is a good score here. It is a good score. Now let's see if England can chase the 200 and get a W. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what you think will be the outcome of this game. Do you think that England can chase down 196? Akil Hussain could be the key on this surface. Well, he's their best bowler. Akil Hussain is the 11th best bowler in the world, just above Nathan Ellis in 12, who'll probably rise after today, and just behind Mujibur Rahman from Afghanistan, who is in 10th position. But okay. Actually, I need to go Google about Abhishek Sharma. So first bowl from Hussain, and that's going to be put up into the air, and that's going to be put out to the boundary for a 4. It's a great start for Phil Salt, especially after his won the other day against Nepal. It's a great start. Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek Sharma discharged from hospital, remains uncertain from a Namibia match tomorrow, which we will be live for. Has been discharged from hospital. Let's go have a look at what they're actually saying about him. Abhishek Sharma has been discharged from the hospital. I'm always in the zone, whatever. Ahead of India's second game of the T20 World Cup, Tilak Verma attended the press conference. One of the very first questions of the presser was quite naturally about India's fearless opener, Abhishek Sharma. Maybe he does need to feel a little bit more after his golden dart, who missed the mandatory practice session yesterday due to a stomach bug. This morning it was reported that Abhishek had to be hospitalised due to illness, but Tilak cleared the air, stating that it was only for examination and that he was already been discharged. He went to the hospital for an examination. He has been discharged. Hopefully he'll be okay for this game. He has one more day to recover. He should be fine. They're basically saying that he's going to play tomorrow against the Namibians. They're basically saying that. Or that he is available for it. Maybe they rest him, but he is available for it. Nate says, mate, 196 is a cracking score for the Windies. Bloody oath. No, it's a good score, Nate. However, at Mumbai, it is a higher scoring pitch. And the team who bats second usually wins, and the average in the first innings is usually about 176 or so, 175. So they have gotten 21 more runs than the average of the 175, which is a good sign. But England do have the bats here that can get the job done. So it's definitely not going to be easy here for either team. But I would say that England do still have the slight advantage. But it is a cracking score, 196. It is still a cracking score. Hossein is the opening bowler here. He's given up 6 runs so far through the first 3, a 4, a 1 and a 1. You do want to get a big dog early. And that's going to end up being a dot ball. I think this is going to come down to the final over again. I feel like England might be able to get the job done, but it's going to be the opposite way to how they got the job done against Nepal, and they're going to have to close it out. They might get 2 scares to start this tournament. If the West Indies do find a way to win this game, though, there is a good chance they win this group, and I think that puts England into the group with Australia. If England came second in the group, that would be the group of death in the Super 8 if we saw India, England, and Australia alongside South Africa. Wow, that'd be a wild Super 8 if that was the case. England, Australia, India, and South Africa. That is a wild Super 8 group. Oh, swing, and it's going to be a single here. So not a bad over there from Hussain to start off with. Just the 7 runs given up. And he saved himself after a really bad first ball that went for a 4. Pumps will crack under pressure. Good chance. Nathan, 196 is never easy to get. 197 is never easy to get. But you don't want to let these 2 guys get set in because, again, Phil Salt is the 2nd best batter on the ICC rankings top 100. And Josh Butler is the 3rd best batter on the ICC rankings top 100. The best number 1 is Abhishek Sharma, even though that is very debatable. Tilak Varma is number 4. Pratham Nissanka from Sri Lanka is number 5, debatable. Suryakama Yadav in number 6 makes sense a lot. Sahibzada Farhan in 7 makes sense. Travis Head in 8 makes sense. Tim Seifert in 9th probably rises above Travis Head by the end of this tournament if he keeps up his form. Tim Seifert could easily go into the top 5. I think Nissanka will drop off in this tournament. So will Varma. Yadav, Farhan, and Seifert probably do well. That's been smashed by Phil Salt for a 6 off of Holder. Why is Abhishek at 1 is debatable because he either goes for 50 or he goes for 0. Argue that. He either goes for 50 or he goes for 0. I think that a lot of that top 5 is quite interchangeable in a lot of ways. To be fair, I would still have Sharma on top, but there are guys that are really close to him, and I would have a lot more confidence in other guys over Sharma. Sharma can either go for 50 plus and smack it in, or you will go for a duck. And that's going to go out to the boundary for another 4 here. West Indies are getting punched in the mouth early. 15 runs from Phil Salt. Abhishek has a gun 100, but too inconsistent for 1, even if he's playing like number 1 at the moment, but he has had too many first ball ducks, I agree. He's too inconsistent, man, but I also don't know if there's a name there that I would guarantee is a 1 over the top of him. I do feel like if you're looking long term, I think Tim Seifert will get close up there. I think Sahibzada Farhan long term is a good shout. I don't think Travis Head's consistent enough. Mitchell Marsh is definitely not consistent enough. Oh, that's a good bowl that'll end up being a 4. Wow, Phil Salt is killing him right now. And no, he's not having a crack at you there, Shatish. It's a Phil Salt assault right now. He is just punching him, just uppercutting him, and there's no response. It wasn't actually a bad bowl there, but a hard edge just pushes it away for that 4. Yeah, no one's debating that Abhishek's a gun, but he is just extremely inconsistent. Extremely. Like his floor is 0. His ceiling is anything. But his floor is 0. So 21 through 1.4 right now. You really need to keep him down. You really need to not give up too many over these last 2 balls. You don't want it to get away from you early. I think the bowling is the more debatable of the two, though. Like Sharma, again, you can definitely debate that one. But I feel like the bowling department is really up in the air for who is the best bowler in the world. Oh, that's going to be smashed. Phil Salt's on fire right now. It's a 6. He's on 25. It's 27 runs off the first 1.5. Because the bowling, you've got Chakravarthi as number 1. Abrar Ahmed from Pakistan, number 2. Rashid Khan from Afghanistan, number 3. Adil Rashid from England, number 4. And Jacob Duffy from New Zealand, number 5. I reckon you could make an argument that Abrar Ahmed is there. Like, I really could make that argument. There is salt pepper in the English cricketing circuit. Wonder when we will have a player with the surname Oregano. These are the things we talk about here, apparently. Oh, it's another 4. Oh, my gosh. Phil Salt is destroying them right now. It's 29 for 11, and he's already got them to 31 runs in 2 overs. 29. They need Phil Salt immediately. 4, a 6, a 4, a 4, a dot ball, a 6, and a 4. 12, 16, 20, 24 runs off of that over from Holder, and the West Indies are well on track to be giving up that 200 if they keep doing that. Well on track. Whilst if you look at the batting, like I would make the argument there for guys like Seifert, Farhan, and Phil Salt right now, but he also had that inconsistency in him. No, I'm not. I'm saying that I do think that Abhishek Sharma is the number 1 batter, probably, but I just think it's a debatable discussion. I think it's a debatable discussion, especially because he's so inconsistent. But he has the highest ceiling as well. So right this very second, I'm putting Sharma because I don't necessarily know if you look across all the batting, if there's a more convincing number 1. But for mine, I would make the argument for Abrar Ahmed as number 1 in the bowling over Chakravarthi. I would. Even though he's a knob on the field, I probably would put Ahmed first. Hossein, 0 for 6 in his 1.2. They need to really limit these next few overs, man. A 24-run over just crushed him. Oh, that's a big sweep, and that is going to go for a 4. And this game could be over quickly at 200. The English are absolutely feeling this. Unless they can have a collapse, the English are feeling this right now. I know we're only into the 3rd over, but my gosh, this is just too easy for England at the moment. They're seeing just everything. They're seeing absolutely everything. What's this guy doing? What's this bloke doing taking cover? Right now, the run rate would be through the roof. Right now, the run rate is up above the 15 area. That's going to be a single. My gosh, West Indies, find something. Get a wicket, break Phil Salt. Do something. Where do you go to here? What do you do? This is just too easy for the English at the moment. .4 overs left here. Next bowl from... 2.4 overs gone, and that'll be a single. In the IPL, there's a cricketer with the surname Singe, and one with Singe, and another one called Singe. Thank you, Chris. Yes, Singe is a very popular last name in India. Just like I feel like in England, there's a lot of Billies, a lot of Tommies in England. Can the Windies spill the salt? They need to get rid of this salt. They need to be more of a pepper country, a pepper bunch of countries, what I should say. They definitely got to get a bit more seasoning than just putting salt on their steak right now. That'll be a dot ball. At least he saved that over. And Josh Butler, these two guys are number 2 and number 3. Phil Salt had an awful game against Nepal, but these guys are number 2 and number 3 for a reason. So at least Hussein's keeping it down at 6 runs and over. It's just Holder that has let them down at the moment. 12 runs off of 2 for Hussein, but Holder 24. So England fixtures, they played Nepal 1 to 4 runs. They're playing West Indies now in Mumbai. They play Scotland on the 14th of February in Kolkata, and then Italy on the 16th of February in Kolkata. Butler is there. They've got plenty of bats. There's no problem with the bats here for England. It's just sometimes they are quite inconsistent. But Phil Salt, Josh Butler, Jacob Bethel, Tom Benton, Harry Brook, Sam Curran-ish. Will Jacks actually won them the game against dot ball. Will Jacks actually won them the game against Nepal. Now, Romario Shepherd comes in for a bowl. He had 5 wickets in Scotland against Scotland, and he got a hat trick. So he needs to be the one to break them through right now. He needs to break through and keep up this wicket form. It's still 16.5 overs. Next bolt. Oh, is there a nick? Oh, it's a wide. I don't know what I heard. I heard a little bit of something, but it obviously wasn't. No one went up for it. Yeah, let's see these wickets from the Scotland game. Oh, yeah, straight up just to smack up in the air. And then bowled him as well. Yeah, that hat trick. Spectacular. So that was a wide. 38 runs for nothing after 3.1. Phil Salt the man right now. Up in the air, up in the air, up in the air. Gone. That's a massive wicket. That is a massive, massive wicket. And Romario Shepherd, he is on fire in this World Cup. It's a wicket for the West Indies. And Phil Salt on 30 goes. Phil Salt goes, and he has been spilled all over the place. The salt is gone. Get the salt shaker and throw that shit off the balcony. Salt is gone. Get the pepper. I've always been a bigger pepper fan. Always been more of a pepper man. But Romario Shepherd does pick up another wicket. Rutherford gets the catch. And he's definitely rising up those rankings, because if you look at the bowling rankings for Romario Shepherd, he is all the way down in equal 81st with Ireland's Barry McCarthy. He's going to take probably the biggest rise out of this entire bowling top 100. Oh, Blessing Muzarabani will go up quite a lot from 99 for Zimbabwe. You'll see Blessing Muzarabani go up quite a bit. You'll also see Romario Shepherd rise massively. And Haider Ali actually might rise a little bit from 67 for the UAE for mine. Outside of that, you're not going to see a massive change from down the bottom. So realistically, it's just Blessing Muzarabani who will rise pretty big, and also Romario Shepherd. Yeah, no salt. But okay, fourth bowl of the over here from Shepherd, and that, it's a misfield. Bethel is going to get off the mark there with a single from a misfield. Otherwise, it should have been just a dot ball. Yeah, he just really came up at that one and was going for a big swing, Phil Salt, but he got caught got caught out, biting off more than he could chew. Well, they needed that wicket early. He got plenty of runs before he did get out, but they needed that wicket pretty quickly, and they got it. Yeah, it is Bethel. Jacob Bethel against Nepal. What did he end up getting? Stay calm. Wait for the collapse with England. 3 balls to go. Single. What did he get? I think he actually got a pretty good score. He went for 30 plus, didn't he, against Nepal? Feel like he did. He got 55, yeah. Yeah, no, he was their best batter. He got 55 and Harry Brook got 53. So most wickets in this World Cup so far. Vantage got a quick from the USA with 8. Lungi and Ngidi from South Africa with 7. And you got Romario Joseph here with 6. Nathan Ellis and Adam Zampa both with 4 wickets today. So they're close by, and they're obviously only 1 game compared to everybody else who's played 2. This obviously being the second game for Romario Shepherd. Only the 3 runs off the over with that wide, though. Ooh, edge, dot ball. Scary stuff. Well, considering they were dead set like 33 off of 2 overs to now being 40 off of 3.5, they've really slowed this down massively. And they've brought themselves back into the game here, the West Indies. They just needed that wicket of Phil Salt or Josh Butler. They just needed somebody to put them back in good stead and to kind of frighten the English a little bit for that collapse and to slow them down. Because they did get a good score. Oh, but that's going to go away for a 4. It's a good shot from Jacob Bethel. And it'll be 44 for 1 through 4. So they're still well above the race for the 200. Obviously, they don't need 200. They only need the 197 or 198. But well above the race for 200. So Chris says, Shauna, are you talking about banter versus being a complete plum? You never know what Shauno's into, but he's into something. He's always into them. Doesn't matter who or what he's into something. Hussain only giving up 6 runs on the economy so far. There's still 2 more overs left of this power play. 12 runs through 2. Pick up Josh Butler before the end of the power play. And that will be special. Oh, he's gone up at that one. Oh, it's going to be a misfield there that'll go away for a single. 11 likes, you pommy wankers, as the Aussies have hit the button. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button, guys. About to hit the 11-hour mark of streaming today. And it's been a long one because of all those technology problems earlier in the day. At least we haven't had too many problems in the Australia game compared to the first game, and we haven't seemingly had many problems in this game. Carl says, we just need to keep things ticking for the next 2 overs. Well, usually you look for at minimum 50 in the first 6. You're already 45 for 1 through 4.1. So don't lose another wicket in the next 1.5. And punch to the 60, and you're in real good stead. And that will go straight through the 2 fielders there. That should go for a 4 from Jacob Bethel, and it will. He'll be on 9. Perfect placement. Goes through the fielders. 49 for 1. Well over the 10 runs per over at the moment. This is a good batter's pitch. They are expected to bat well here. If you didn't see the two of the main stars for the West Indies get done on a duck and 1, they probably would have gone to the 220. And then England could have still chased that down. That's how good of a batter's surface this is. Oh, that's going to be nicked in behind for a 4 as well. It doesn't need to be ticking along right now. Not ticking along It is powering along. Powering. That's gone into the boundary. So that'll be 53 for 1. It's obvious that this hit the boundary, umpires. Come on. Come on. England looking quite ominous here. They absolutely are. Sanju Samson has more World Cup trophies than runs scored by him in World Cups. Just a crazy stat. That is a ridiculous stat. I can't believe we're still waiting for this 4 confirmation. It's so obvious that it hit the boundary. And would you have it, guys? I know you're surprised. It is a boundary. Very surprising stuff. Really, really super duper surprising stuff. Super duper surprising stuff. Dot ball. Now, I'm already starting to get to the point where it's like, it's not about the runs, it's about the wickets here for West Indies, not for England. It's not about the runs or wickets right now. They're at a superb rate. The West Indies are kind of getting to a territory where it's who cares about the runs? You just need wickets, and that's going to go for a 4, which is proving my point even more. 57 for 1. I just don't think you're going to be able to stop this runs just flowing so rampantly without a wicket immediately. Josh Butler's had to do nothing, by the way. This has just been all the Jacob Bethel and Phil Salt show at the moment. Josh Butler is just happy to sit in and do absolutely nothing as these guys are blasting it around the pitch. You need West Indies, honestly, already need a collapse. So many Australians are so happy that Steve Smith is going to be playing, by the way, over Mitch Marsh. That will be a single for Bethel. He'll get to 18. And 5 overs down. It's 58 for 1. Too easy right now, bud. Too easy. What do they need? They need 139 runs from 90 balls, yeah. Butler is collecting the spilled salt to avoid any loss. It's elegant batting, not doing nothing. Ah, yes, no. Josh Butler, elegant batting. No, it's elegant stuff from him right now. As what's he on? So he's on 8 from 8. No, he's at 100 strike rate. You know, perfect strike rate if you think about it. If you want to be pedantic about it, perfect. I'm actually not even criticising him, by the way. When I say that Josh Butler's doing nothing whilst the Bethel and Phil Salt show's happening, I'm not insulting Josh Butler. I'm just saying he doesn't need to do anything right now. Quite literally, you could have an ashtray batting. Quite literally, you could have a Ferrari just sit at the end of the pitch and you might go on to win this game. You might have a literal potato. Just sit it down inside the crease so that it doesn't walk out like a Johnny Bairstow. You don't want a Johnny Bairstow incident, so put a potato down, literally in the crease. That will do as much as what Josh Butler is needing to do right now. That should be 2 runs here. No, just a single. Good fielding. We need Butler to find some form if we want to progress from the 8s. See, the thing is, Carl, is that you're probably going to be on a very difficult Super 8s group. No matter what, Super 8 is going to be difficult, but I feel like the first group is not going to be as bad. Well, if England, hold on. I would much rather be in a group with India, South Africa, and the West Indies than England to be in the same group as... And you'd have to take it West Indies. So if England goes there, it's the group of death. But if it's the other one, you're playing Pakistan, who is really awkward to play right now. Like, they are so awkward and frustrating because they're just heavy spin. Abra Ahmed is a knob and literally rubbed it into an American player last night. Like, celebrated a wicket to an American wicket. So they've got a really awkward bowling attack that really suffocates you in the middle, and then you got this guy chucking it in Tariq. And then you move to the Kiwis, where their bowling isn't spectacular, but their batting is unbelievable with Tim Seifert and Finn Allen. Not so much Rashin Ravindra, but overall they've got a really strong batting lineup that I feel like have England's number. I do. I feel like they'll punch England in the mouth. And then the other team is probably Sri Lanka. Now, that's a weird match. I feel like England should definitely beat Sri Lanka. You've just seen them win 3 T20 games in a series beforehand, but they also only got 128, and Sri Lanka should have beat them in that third game, but they didn't, because Sri Lanka aren't at their best. I think England should definitely do over Sri Lanka. But I feel like England, their play style, that's going to go back to the boundary for a single, 61 for 1. I feel like their play style actually benefits better playing Australia, South Africa, and India than it does a team like Pakistan and a team like New Zealand. I actually think you have a better chance of progressing in the harder group on paper than you do from a tricky Super 8 group of New Zealand, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Would anyone disagree with the way I came to that conclusion just then? Tigers fan, because common sense is finally prevailing. How it took this many hours to get him is crazy. Oh, over the top. And that'll be a single. I agree, yeah. I just feel like England will play up, and that's not me saying that you're not in that level, but like they'll play up to the competitiveness of what an Australia will bring or what a South Africa will bring. And I do actually feel England probably beat South Africa, but they'll play up to what an Australia will bring and what a India will bring. But they might not treat it appropriately against the Pakistan and New Zealand and a Sri Lanka. And they might go in a bit overconfident against Sri Lanka too. That's 4 runs there for Butler. He'll get to 15 and 67 for 1 through 6. And that's a fantastic power play. Respectfully, I disagree. Well, then why do you disagree, Chris? I'm okay with you disagreeing, but why do you disagree? Explain it to me. 67 for 1 is well over the 10 runs per over. Shamar Joseph there gives up 9. Power play done. Hit that like button and subscribe. Do you feel like England aren't going to take Sri Lanka for granted after a 3-0 clean sweep in Sri Lanka? And that's if Sri Lanka do it. Like, there is a massive chance it's Zimbabwe, and then I think you get the job done there, definitely, but they've got some good bowlers, man. They really do. They bowled really well the other day, and I know, granted, it's against Oman, but the bowling on its pure just bowling level was nice. They looked really good, and they've got some batting there in Zimbabwe too with guys like Brian Bennett, but if he's injured, then that will change it. Like Sikandar Azar, he'll cause a few problems, and so will Muzar Barani. And the other one, who's the other bowler? Hold on. Like in that game against Oman, you saw. Oh, Brendan Taylor. Sorry, Brendan Taylor's hurt. That'll definitely hurt him. But yeah, you saw 3 wickets from Brad Evans, 3 wickets from Blessing Muzarabani, and Richard Ngarava was very good. You know, we don't take any team lightly. This is a World Cup, and we should be well up for it. Then we played Nepal. Exactly. I think England need to play the best opposition to get the best out of them. If you play Australia, you do fancy yourselves for a win. If you play Sri Lanka, I think you already think you've won. And there's the difference. You fancy yourselves for a win against Australia, so your mind's on the job the whole time. You already think you've won against Sri Lanka, so your mind's not necessarily on the job, and you already think you've won just turning up. Because in a T20 format, it's a dice roll for any top 8 playing another top 8. It can all be decided on a bit of luck either way. Okay, but that doesn't really answer my question. Why? But that doesn't really answer the question at all. Okay, you can make the argument for both groups there, but there is also definitely play styles and strategies and ways of playing, and I definitely think that England's play style and way of playing actually suits what I just said there in regards to the mental game, in regards to the bigger teams. So that doesn't really answer my question at all. Coco Nose Beer says, Pakistan have always been a difficult side as have the Windies, as you just don't know if they will turn up or not. England will beat Sri Lanka. New Zealand look great, even with Ravindra and especially Mitchell. Yeah, even with Ravindra. He's been so disappointing, man. Darryl Mitchell looks fantastic. New Zealand's batting is fantastic. Their bowling is a bit wayward, but their batting is very good. Pakistan, yeah, you just don't, and the West Indies, you just don't know. But I do have a lot more faith in Pakistan as we currently speak. But again, they've only played the Netherlands and the Netherlands and USA and looked horrifically inconsistent against the Netherlands and should have lost that game, but then really beat USA convincingly last night. I think India on Sunday will tell us everything we need to know about Pakistan. And it will be in Colombo, which is a spin pitch. It'll be at our Pramata Stadium, which is a spin pitch. Chase is a very important bowler in this game. If we can get on top of him, we win. Well, you're 68 for 1 right now. I think you'd be pretty dominant favourites, especially with the fact that there's only 1 wicket. England are known for a collapse, though, as we know. Who do you support, by the way, Coco? So next bowl. And that'll be a dot ball. Good work there from Chase. Isn't a Rashin Ravindra a name that stock has fallen? Yeah, he's like the Kiwis version of Cam Green. That's a great comparison, really. Yeah, Ravindra definitely has fallen down. The old thought process, that's a 6. 6 from Josh Butley. He'll get it 21. Here we go. Coco needs a cuddle. Oh, no. 70 metres is the 6 distance for that one. Now, look, I'm pretty confident England go on to win this game. I know crazier things and funnier things have happened in cricket. I'm English and I'm living in Oz. Support everyone. Oh, that's maybe out. Well, there's the potential of a collapse right there. Just as I was saying it. A big wicket of Josh Buttler. A big wicket of Josh Buttler out of nowhere. It was looking really confident and comfortable for England. And Chase picks up the wicket. Well, Carl, they didn't get on top of Chase there. There's a wicket and it's 74 for 2. I don't buy the support everyone. There's going to be, like, if England play Australia, I'm sure you go for England more. Even if you try to claim that you kind of support, you don't really care, and, like, you're just happy to watch cricket, you love cricket, there's going to be an innate sense, there's going to be an innate feeling which is going to draw you more to one team over the other. But 74 for 2, 6.4. So 74 for 2, 6.4 down. Now, I'm confident that England will have this chase in the bag, but I've seen their collapses way too many times to 100% go all in on them and say they've got this win in the bag. Yeah, I always support England first. Stand corrected. No, that's a valid statement. So Chase, next bolt. And that will be a single. So 75 for 2 through 6.5. Yeah, no, it was just an awkward shot there from Butler. I will say I don't think England will beat Pakistan, even though we do know that they may not turn up on the day Pakistan, and I want to see them play India on Sunday, which we will obviously be live for. But I don't know if England can get through the restrictive period of Pakistan from that consolidate period of 7 to 14. That will be the real crucial point. I feel that England, to win that game, would need to... What would be better, bowling first or batting first? I'd say the batting first is probably the option against Pakistan. That's probably the go on a general basis. Obviously, look at the conditions, but I'd say on a general basis, I'd advise England to bat first. I support Arsenal too, so I know about collapses. Well, we're all waiting for that to come, aren't we? We're all waiting for it. Yeah, Coco, 5 more years and you'll be an Aussie. Be careful, it's addictive. That's a fact too, Shauna. That is a fact. So 76 for 2 through 7. They're definitely looking at being at 100 by the 10 overs. So that's 100 times it by 2, 200. Add the 20-30, that's 220, 230 kind of deal. Obviously don't need that, but it's just an indication of how far ahead they're in front right now. It's just those wickets. Good to catch Motti. It's his first bowl, and Bethel will clean him up to the side for a single. Arsenal winning this year's all of the cups. You wish, bro. You wish. You wish. He's dreaming. Tell him he's dreaming, son. Tell him he's dreaming. So Tom Banton, innovation 93, control 92, and power 69. 7.1 overs down. I just really would like, and no offense, English here. Actually, no, take offense. I don't care. But I'd actually really like England to come second in their group because I would just love to see them in the same group as Australia, India, and South Africa. I'd love to see it. That'd be such a mental group. That'd be just an all-out war of a group, man. That's going to be a single. That would be an all-out war. New Zealand, West Indies. Even though Scotland have a chance. But New Zealand, West Indies. Sri Lanka / Zimbabwe. Actually, to be fair, there's two teams. Sri Lanka is not guaranteed through. Because Zimbabwe are knocking. And the West Indies aren't guaranteed because Scotland are knocking. And Bethel is knocking on a 6 there. He smashed that one over the boundary. So that Super 8 Group B is actually quite interesting at the moment. You don't know who's going through it. You pretty much know who's going to be in Group A. And that's going to be India and Australia and South Africa and either West Indies or Scotland. If we are better suited to win against India and Australia, wouldn't you prefer us to be in the other group? Well, that's not the conversational point that we're having, though. Sure, as an Australian, sure. I'm not saying that you would beat Australia, I'm not saying that you would beat India, but I think that from an English perspective, because I'm talking to you from an English perspective there, that I think that it's better for England to know they have a game at their hands rather than thinking the game's already been played and they've already won. By playing Sri Lanka and by playing these teams, it's like for them, they could easily have thought the game's already won. Nepal's a great example of this. He's gone. Banton's gone. Banton is gone on 2. Big wicket, massive wicket of Banton. And it's 85 for 3. 8 overs down. The West Indies, they're keeping a sniff alive in this game. They're keeping a sniff. Himanshu says he reckon the West Indies will get knocked out. Not necessarily. No, I think that it's a very good battle between West Indies and Scotland. But no, I think the West Indies do get through. Right now, there's still a chance of them to have a sniff of winning this game if England do collapse in this middle order. We're seeing a little bit of shake here, a little bit of shake there, a little bit of I don't know. Something in the air. 74 for 1 to 85 for 3. West Indies are bringing it back now, but need to keep chipping wickets as run rate is still solid. The run rate, forget about it, bro. England are going to chase that run rate down. In regards to runs purely, it's the wickets. They need to just keep picking up these wickets. The runs are not a worry for mine at all. At all. Banton was poor against Nepal as well, I believe. Yes. I just, to answer that question again, if I put myself into an English perspective, playing Australia, I fancy myself to beat Australia. But if I'm playing Sri Lanka, I think that's a guaranteed win. And we as fans can think like that, but players can't think like that. And I think there's an innate kind of sense and feeling around if England play Sri Lanka, they believe they've already won. For example, Coco has already said, we'll do over Sri Lanka. Again, Coco can think like that, and English fans can think like that. The players can't think like that. But if the fans are thinking like that, the players are going to have a similar thought process because guess what? They are still just people and humans as well. So that's why I think testing yourselves to be the best, you got to beat the best. So you actually do want to be in those harder groups to really test yourselves, because otherwise you're not going to win it if you don't go through those guys anyway. But you know what I'm saying. I fancy our odds against Australia over Pakistan. I agree. Rivalry games of the upper echelon caliber in any sport is always a 50-50 in mine. Look at Man City versus Man United over the years. It doesn't matter who's the worst team. Like, it's always a good battle between the two. Same thing goes with like teams like Chelsea and Arsenal, just whether teams are struggling or not. Real Barca, wow, that was a good bowl. Or if you go to rugby league, Rabbitohs Roosters, Broncos Cowboys. All these games, when it's a rivalry game, they're always a 50-50. You'll maybe give an advantage to the team who's obviously higher on the table or looking the better, but it is always ultimately a 50-50. And England and Australia will always be the rivalry game there. Australia have such a weak team, though, sadly. They're just really injured right now, but they also absolutely put the Irish to bed today with a really weakened team. But Stevie Smith's coming in. Stevie Smith, Nathan Ellis is fantastic. Nathan Ellis is fantastic. We just don't have Paddy Cummins and Josh Hazlewood, but Tim David will come back in as well. And we'll have Steve Smith now, which I actually have a lot more confidence in than Mitch Marsh. That'll be single, especially based off of his BBL Sixers form. Muncher says Scots would have to beat England to make it to the Super 8. Ah, yes, you're right, because I forgot about West Indies, Scotland. I forgot about the game that's already played. Yeah, you're right. Well, Scotland have shown some fight. I don't think they beat England, but they've shown some fight. England going out and not worrying about thinking, well, we will breeze the game. I thought Nepal would have been a wake-up call, though. It should have been a wake-up call. I don't necessarily think it's shown too much it's a wake-up call here. Maybe if you feel salt, but he got out for 30. Killed it until he got slapped. 86 for 3. This game's not over yet. It's not. It's not over yet. And this middle portion is proving the critical point. I don't know why Smitty wasn't already there. I thought he should have been. Next bolt. That will be a single. Just a reminder for everyone, I know we've been streaming all 3 games every single day over these last 4 or 5 days or so. But as you know, we do NRL streams, and that is the ultimate priority. So tomorrow we will be here for India versus Namibia in one game, but I will miss the first 2. Which there's not too massive of games that I really miss, but we will have the Titans-Dolphins NRL preseason game. Then we've got 2 NRL games on Friday before we do USA versus Netherlands as the main game. The night game on Friday. We do miss Australia versus Zimbabwe, unfortunately. On Saturday, we miss the first 2 games. We do 4 NRL preseason games, and we'll be live for the 3rd game, which will be South Africa New Zealand, which will be a belter. And on Sunday, we miss the first 2 games for NRL, and then we do the main game, which is India versus Pakistan. But that's the last cricket game we miss. We'll be live for all games on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and throughout the rest of the tournament. So just know from here on out, the next 4 days, we'll have 1 cricket game a day, which is usually and probably going to be the big game of the day for the most part. But it's just those early 2 games that we will miss because I will be live streaming. So you can talk about them on that stream. You can give me updates in regards to what's happening. But just know it'll be NRL priority in regards to those streams at the time too. Not fins up tomorrow, Coco. Get a grip of yourself. Rubber league, Shauna. Rubber league. Yeah, USA versus Netherlands, Himanshu. I can't believe it. I'm going to stream 2 NRL games. Get this right. That's a single. Get this right. I stream 2 NRL games. I miss out on Australia versus Zimbabwe. I stream 2 NRL preseason games, and then I have to. The cricket game I get that day is the USA versus the gosh darn Netherlands. Oh, bro, that is just awful. 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 That is just awful. 2 NRL games into USA versus Netherlands. At least it'll be hopefully a close game because they're two associate nations who have shown some fight at points. And that's going to be a single. Oz plays on 13 versus Zimbabwe. No, I know. That's what I just said on Friday. It's one of the 2 earlier games, unfortunately. It's on the same day as USA versus Netherlands. So Oz Zimbabwe is on earlier, but I'll be streaming an NRL game at the time. So Harry Brook, 4,000 runs in T20s. These guys were the 2 main guys against Nepal, Jacob Bethel and Harry Brook. Bethel's having a really good World Cup at the moment. Oh, he's gone. He's bowled him. Bang! Bethel's gone. That's a massive wicket. That is a massive wicket. That is a massive, massive wicket. And this game is well on. 90 for 4. Bethel is gone on 33. Got him. This game is not over yet. It is not over yet. And guess what? That run rate is coming under the 10 runs per over marker. It is getting closer in regards to the limited amount of runs. This middle consolidation period has been brutal for England. The runs have limited. The wickets have increased. This is a game now. This is a game now. Remember, guys, wait for me to commentate it before you say it in the chat because there are people who are using me as a commentary for the game that they can't watch. So don't ruin it in the chat. Wait for me to commentate it and then drop your comment of gone or whatnot. Draz says, how quickly the momentum has changed as a neutral. You'd have to have been close to saying England run away with it at 70 for 1. Absolutely. And now it's 90 for 4. Be calm and wait for the collapse. We know this is England. Where are you from, blue hat guy commentating? I'm from the Gold Coast, but I am currently in Vietnam. I'm always traveling, man. You're alright, I'm not sure. But I am from the Gold Coast, yeah. Did anyone... I've never been called blue hat guy commentating. We've been called so many different celebrity names of like lookalikes who've been called... Obviously, BKR, we get called all this, and then I get blue hat guy commentating. Did anyone know the odds for this game before it started? I didn't bet on this match. I think it was West Indies like 340 or something like that, and England were like $1.40 or so, $1.50. That's going to go for a single there for Sam Curran. So it's Sam Curran and Harry Brook in right now. New channel name, Blue Hat Guy. Blue Hat Guy Sports. I think it was something like that anyway. Are you not able to watch the game either, Carl? Next bowl. It's going to be a single, so 92 for 4. You know how I was saying those runs don't matter? And they'll get the total? Maybe I was wrong there. 105 from 61 is not easy. It's doable, but it's not easy. North Brizzy near Caboolture, fair enough. My name's Blaze, but people just call me BK on here. Who are you back in the World Cup? Back in the World Cup, blue hat guy? That's going to be a single here for the West Indies. I don't know right now, mate. Again, we've watched pretty much every game, streamed every game here. It's a really difficult question because India should have lost to the USA, so it shows their vulnerability. I need to see them dominate the shit out of Namibia tomorrow, which will be live for. But I need to see them dominate the shit out of them to get that confidence back. We need to see Abhishek Sharma get back into some form because he has been really 50 duck of late. So, you do want to lean with India. Australia looks good today, but also they're very depleted. But Steve Smith coming in brings a massive boost. But also you don't want to take too much from an Ireland game, but they also did still look good with guys like Nathan Ellis and the likes. So I'm waiting for them to play Sri Lanka, who's not a big dog, but it's the biggest dog of the group to kind of tell us where they are, and that's not till next week, which I look forward to that game. And then you've got England, who you just don't know shit about, really. I don't know. I don't think they can go and win the whole thing, man. They're too inconsistent for it. But then again, they're so inconsistent that they probably could go and win the whole thing. New Zealand look really dominant right now in their batting. with Tim Seifert and Finn Allen, even though Finn Allen got out for a 1 the other day, but then goes and gets 84 yesterday against the UAE, but it's against the UAE. That's why the group stage is so hard to kind of get a read. So current run rate's 9.3. Their required run rate is 10.4. Those runs do matter now. They absolutely do matter. Next bowl from the West Indies. That's going to go for a 4. Good shot. They need that. They really needed a boundary there. So 97 for 4 through 10 overs. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, guys. So that's England. South Africa, I don't think so. I haven't been too impressed by them overall. They gave up a lot of runs to Canada, but they did score a lot of runs against Canada, but it's also, who cares, it's Canada. And then today against Afghanistan, they should have lost that game. They should have lost it. Afghanistan with 3 balls left just needed 2 more runs, and then they pushed it. On a free hit, they pushed 2 runs when they only needed 1. They only should have gone for 1, and anyway, they obviously got out, and then it went 2 super overs, and Afghanistan ended up getting 17 runs in the first super over, and they got a 6 off the final ball to tie to go to another super over, and then they gave them a target of 24 runs to get in the second super over for Afghanistan. From South Africa's perspective, they gave them 24 runs, they killed it, and then they literally hit 3 sixes in a row and nearly did it themselves. Great game, but I just don't have the confidence in South Africa as I thought I probably would have at this point of the tournament. South Africa and New Zealand on Saturday is a belter of a game, man. We'll be live for it. That's a big game that'll tell us about both of those teams. And Pakistan are an awkward one, man. They should have lost to the Netherlands. They dominated the USA last night, and they show really good restriction in that middle portion of the game. The Australian Series pre, where they won 3-0, isn't too big of a read because of how many players were out and not playing for Australia, but also it was still a good series from their perspective on their own team. That'll be a single here of Harry Brooks, so they'll be 99 for 4 through 10.3. So it is up in the air, is my answer to your question. It is up in the air. If I'm going to lean with someone gun to head, who am I going to take? I will go with the home team of India, but they are very well known for choking on the big stage when it comes to the clutch and when it comes to the big crunch moments. So that's why it's so difficult. But if you ask me who I had to go, I would go with that team, but I'm not convinced 100% either. Himanshu says England has made only 8 runs in the last 13 balls and lost 2 wickets. Yeah, they've really struggled in this middle portion. Really, really struggled. Well, Xavier Simon, South Africa probably should have lost. They should have. Afghanistan, they choked it by, I can't remember who it was. Was it Noor? I can't remember who it was, but he didn't put his bat down quick enough. He didn't show the urgency to get those 2 runs. They pushed 2 runs and needed to be urgent, but he didn't show the urgency. He got out and went to the overs and super overs, and obviously we saw what happened. Travis says, Legend said this is the group of death. Didn't you say this was the group of death and we all laughed at you? You said this was the group of death. Oh, and that's going to be a dot ball. The group of death is still absolutely the South Africa, Afghanistan, and New Zealand. This has been a good group. Don't get me wrong. This has been a competitive group for sure, but the group of death on its moniker is absolutely the group with New Zealand, South Africa, and Afghanistan. 100%. But this has been an enjoyable group to watch. It has been. Koga says, I love that De Kock is back for South Africa. He had a good game today. Thing is about 2020, anyone can win. It's just the better team on the day. 100%. Okay, next bowl. Oh, nearly got him there, man. Nearly got him. If Nepal beat West Indies, Scotland beat England, and Italy beat West... Well, what are we doing if Italy beat West Indies? Come on, man. We saw them lose by 112 runs the other day to damn well Scotland. What do you mean Italy beat West Indies? Italy's not beating the West Indies, bro. It would be epic, though. I agree with you there, Travis, but come on. When Italy's not beating the West Indies. Xavier Simon says, what a game, but the big teams aren't winning comfortably. Pakistan won comfortably yesterday, outside of that, sure, Netherlands. Australia did win comfortably today against Ireland, despite having a completely depleted team, but not full force confidence behind them. Looking forward to Stevie Smith, though. England, nothing's been comfortable. New Zealand have been pretty comfortable through their 2 games. Is that LB? Oh my gosh, that was close. Wow, that was a chance there. They'll get 2 runs from this, so it's going to be 101 for 4. Wow, that was if Harry Brook goes, I don't know if England chase this down. 96 runs and 53 balls is still a good chase. If De Kock keeps playing well, he'll be in Australia's team next year. Hi, Chris. Your Ashes captain is literally from New Zealand. He was born in New Zealand, Chris. Don't start in regards to these kind of players. Bryden Cass is born in South Africa. Don't start in regards to he'll be in Australia's team next year. Really? You serious? Don't do this to yourself, Chris. Chris, you're hurting it for the other English fans here. Not for yourself. You're hurting the other English fans because it means I have to slap them down. Come on. Your damn well captain's from Kiwi land. Your damn well captain is a Kiwi. Your coach is also a Kiwi. Get a grip of yourself. So multi, next bowl. And that is going to be a single for Sam Curran. He'll be on 8. 103 from 4. 103 for 4. I say it's the better team of the day, but for Italy to win, there must be many factors in their favour. They don't have the capacity for mine. I don't have the capacity. With that being said, Travis, he made an infamous statement. He made an infamous statement on this channel the other day. That will be a single, 104 for 4 with... Oh, it's a 4! Damn, I thought that was going to go straight to the field. That went for a 4. Needed it. They need it here, England. Harry Brook gets the 4. It's 107 for 4. And Rutherford's down on the ground right now. God bless him. I hope he's okay. Travis made an infamous statement. Scotland can beat anybody on their day, as in like anybody. And I said, you're crazy. And I guess the point that proves his comment is actually that Jersey beat them. Jersey beat them. Jersey. Just a reminder. Jersey beat them. Most people don't even know that Jersey exists. And they're not actually a fully fledged country. They're like a sovereign country kind of deal. So, oh, he is coming off the field here, Rutherford. Oh no, his right wrist. That's going to hurt the West Indies. Obviously, don't need to bat today, but that's going to hurt the West Indies for future games. Actually, Himanshu, that could be a good idea. Zach might stream the USA versus Netherlands. You two should join in on the USA one. Will be fun. That could be a good idea, actually, because it's going to be absolutely diabolically boring otherwise. That'll be a single for Brook. He'll be on 12. We are a welcoming nation at England. Oh, Coco, you wait till you have to see. Jacko's luckily not here, but when Jacko and Chris Hendry get going, you just want to throw up with the English perspective from them. Someone injured? I'm only following, not watching. Yeah, a lot of people like this, Xavier. Yeah, it was Rutherford. He went off with his wrist. They're called 2 here. It's going to be good. They will get 2. You didn't know Jersey existed 3 days ago, Blaze. I knew Jersey existed, but I didn't know it was like its own sovereign country. Like, I didn't really know anything about Jersey. I know of Jersey. I really loved Ronnie and Paulie D, and big fan of Snooky. You know, but like I didn't know actually anything about Jersey. I knew it existed. I didn't know they actually had a cricket team though. And funnily enough, their cricket team's actually not that bad because they do have 2 players in the top 100 worldwide in the all-rounders. They do. Chris Hendry's head is injured. Now we know that, Coco. Now, he will self-admit that. Oh no, what's Trav said? I can't even see Travis. I can't even see Travis's comment. Probably for the better. He said, "Oh come on, man! We know this one. You wish you're gonna get that past us." Yeah, that's a classic one. Yeah, you wish. You thought Jersey was a shirt, mate. Yeah, I did. Now, I do know of Jersey. I just didn't know anything about it except for Paulie D. Whoa, that was a weird shot, but it will end up being a single. This is going to be a great chase here, guys. This is going to be a really good game to finish off. 86 from 47. West Indies are in the advantage, though. This is going to be a good finish. Can Harry Brook and Sam Curran pull them over the line? That will be a single. 112 for 4. Who do you support, by the way, Xavier? Are you English? 12.2 gone. So current run rate is 9.08. Required is 11.09. What they really need to do, though, is just get through to this 15th over and then power home. England $1.75 is actually quite bold, though, Coco. I think that's good odds for Windies. I think that's pretty good odds. But it is very 50-50 for mine. And the required run rate is still 2 behind. That's a wide. You have to bowl that one again, champ. If England manage to chase this down, they're winning the World Cup for me. Oh, well, let's settle down. This is a very good batting pitch. They've really struggled in this middle portion, but winning the World Cup for me. Come on, Himanshu, let's be serious. What, because they come back against the West Indies, they were winning the World Cup after 2 struggle fests against the West Indies and Nepal, and suddenly you've got them as the World Cup favourites? And that's going to be a dot ball. Harry Brooks shouldn't have been going for that. It would have been a wide. I wish I was. I'm trying to get back in office to see the rest of the score. Yeah, it looked valid. Shit, as Brook is going to go big this over, I feel. Well, it's not looking really too fantastic for a Brook big over with a 1-1 wide and a dot ball. And that's a really interesting shot, man. I don't know if that's a leg buy, if he actually got that, but he's made some weird shots. I'm from Antigua, a West Indian. Good stuff, Xavier. Xavier, now that I know you're a West Indian, I need to ask you the question, because I asked this before and we didn't have someone from the West Indies here. How is the support for West Indies right now? Because obviously you're not as good as you once were. How is the support for the West Indies as we currently speak? Oman is winning, let's be serious. That's going to be slapped out for just maybe two. Yeah, they'll get 2 out of that. 118 for 4. 79 runs for 44 balls. Himanshu, I know you said if they chase it. But if they chase this, I'm not saying they're going to win the World Cup. And I wouldn't say that about Australia too. We're talking, like, the West Indies are not the prime time. Like, West Indies are still a good, tricky team, but they're not like the prime time right now. Winning the World Cup is an outlandish statement if. I very well understand you said if. That's a single. Travis, bro, you're trying to trick someone who was streamed on this channel for ages. I've done this for many years. Do you really think that I don't know what you're saying with Alpha Kenny Body? Do you really think I don't understand what bend over is? See, you're going to tell me about Mike. And his last name being Hunt. Like, bro, you're not going to trick us here, man. I've been here long enough to understand exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, well, that is definitely rogue, Himanshu. Oh, big shot. And that's a 4. Good shot from Sam Curran. 74 from 42. He was born last Monday. Well, clearly I wasn't. Xavier says it's really low. The other folk are frustrated, but the support, regardless, the youth aren't into it unless you're some way connected to the sport, is player, coach, etc. Yeah, fair. Is it more baseball nowadays? I feel like baseball's definitely taken over in the region compared to cricket, which used to be the prime time, the big dog, because West Indies used to be an unbelievable team. They used to be one of the best teams in the world. Obviously, that has definitely regressed on a significant level. 13 overs gone here, guys. 123 for 4, chasing 197. But no, it's unfortunate because I think that all teams, I speak on behalf of all teams here in Australia and England, and I don't know how much India will care, but like from Australia and England's perspective and the Saffers and the Kiwis and whatnot, we'd love to see the West Indies back at their prime. Last World Cup was here, so the support was high and we reached the semis, so once we're winning, then the moral is up. Well, you do need to, once you get back into a better position, of course, it'll be a lot more support behind it. No one wants to support a loser. That's why I'm surprised that so many people support England. The next poll will be a single. I want to see the Windies get into rugby league. No, they won't. They're not getting into league. Moti, he's bowling. keep them limited, though. These guys really are their last. But Will Jacks actually has been batting quite well recently, so it's not like these guys are their last. Will Jacks, without him against Nepal, they don't win. He went for like 24 off of the last over, and they ended up winning by 4. So football is more taken over, but cricket is still loved. Okay. Football is in soccer. Oh, he's absolutely smashed it. That's just for clarification for a lot of people when there's football, different kind of football in American football and also rugby league and AFL and whatnot. I call it football. But that is a 6 there from Sam Curran. Hello. Hello. She says everyone should be clapping for Blaze for his efforts today for streaming all 3 games with the first game being stretched. Yeah. No, we've done well here, mate. We've done well. First game was stretched, but with that being said, like it just went straight into the Australia versus Ireland game. You know, I'm definitely mentally tired right now. But it's good because this game is a really good game right now. It's a great game. If this was like a slow dribble fest towards the end, it would be tough. Like we had last night with Pakistan USA, that was a long day yesterday. But today, this is actually really interesting. 66 runs off 38 balls. Oh, up in the air. Caught him. He's gone. Massive wicket of Harry Brook. 17. He's gone. West Indies are in the advantage right now. West Indies have a chance to have the first upset of this World Cup. West Indies have a chance to have the first upset of the World Cup. Harry Brook is gone on 17. It's 131 for 5 with 6.1 overs to go. It's 66 runs needed from 37 balls. And they've gone through their big-time batters. Can Will Jacks be the saviour alongside Sam Curran? Yeah, an awkward ball there. 70 for 1 England were. 70 for 1. Yeah, I get what you mean, Xavier. I just have to clarify for others. Coco says you support the Windies. I'm not supporting anyone here, man, but it is really cool to see upsets. We get into a lot of banter with the English here on this channel, so like I'll laugh at Chris and Jack on the whatnot, and I'll definitely rib him. Carl's a pretty good English fan that we get along with. He's pretty realistic. Chris will tell us that he's never losing a game ever again, but I don't ultimately care. I just want to see good cricket. And right now, this is a good, fun game, and I would like to see an upset. If it's Australia versus Ireland, of course I want Australia to win, and I'm going to support Australia to win. But if Ireland win, I'm going to be through, like they didn't. But if Ireland had have won, I would have been really happy for a nation like that to get their moment in the shining light in the big stage. It would be brutal for me, and it would be brutal for Australia to see that. But it would also be a really respectful thing to give the credit where credit's due to an emerging nation. So, am I supporting against England? Not necessarily. Would I prefer to see the West Indies win here? Probably, yeah. Not really an upset. They're 2-time champions. Only their bowling has become a little weak. Study things. This is absolutely an upset. This is not even close to not being an upset, bro. The West Indies are nowhere near the team as the 2-time champion team. Come on. Let's be serious. Let's be real now. This is like when someone tried to say today, which was Serpent, but he understood that he was wrong. When someone tried to say that Afghanistan wouldn't have been an upset against South Africa, it is. I understand Afghanistan is a competitive team, but also they'd never beaten South Africa before ever. They haven't won a T20 World Cup. Neither had South Africa, to be fair. But Afghanistan is still on the tier outside of where South Africa is. England is number 3 on the world rankings, and whilst this isn't as big as an upset as the likes of Nepal beating England would have been, West Indies is still 7th compared to the England 3. It is still, by definition, an upset. It is still by definition, and you cannot say that this West Indies team is anywhere near as close to the team that they were when they won their 2-time champions. It's all good. I was supporting the Windies at the Gabba versus the Aussies. Okay, now I'm definitely supporting the Windies. But no, that's my honest opinion in regards to that. Of course, the banter's going to be there, and we're going to talk shit about England 100%. But I'll be honest in my review, and I'll be honest in what I think. Chris says that's because Carl and I are gentlemen. Don't go down this path again, otherwise we'll have to talk about the Johnny Bairstow incident in the gentleman's room. Tab is still England $1.75, Wendy's $2. That's actually ridiculous for mine. I don't know how the English would be still favourites for this game. I don't understand. How would they still be favourites for this game? 66 runs from 37 balls, 5 wickets to go. Will Jacks needs to have his masterclass. Why are you not running for a single there? Will Jacks is complaining to Sam Curran. Sam Curran, you are the more of the batter here. Why? Oh, really? Oh, really, Sam Curran? That's selfish. He didn't take that run because he wants to be on strike for the next over. Sam Curran, it's not like you're completely elite of a batter in comparison here to Will Jacks, especially not on current form. If we go back and have a look at his game, at the two of their games, the other day when England took on Nepal, Will Jacks is the one that saved them, not you, mate. You are not at a position right now where you can be saying no to runs. Are you serious? Sam Curran got 2, Will Jacks got 39 not out. I think we should be a little bit more serious here, Sam Curran, in regards to making the single there. You shouldn't be the one demanding the strike right now. But also, turn it up if you have to. Turn it up if you can. Well done, you've turned it up for a single, mate. You nearly got out. It will be a victory of cricket if West Indies wins today. Yep, that proves an upset. But no, I agree. He wants to be on strike. I agree he wants to be on strike, Xavier. I disagree with him wanting to be on strike. Have they reviewed this? They've reviewed this, West Indies. They've reviewed this. If he gets out because he doesn't run a single when he should have, this is going to be too funny. Has this hit pad first? If it does, it probably is out. Oh, what? That's clearly off bat. That was the most easiest not out ever. That was the most easiest not out ever. West Indies review loss. That was a really weird review. 66 runs from 35 balls. Chase. His next bolt will be a single. You're going to take the run here, Champa? Champa Sam Curran, you going to take the run there? Or that was really good. What I love about that is that Sam Curran said no to a 1 so that he could go and get the 1. Beautiful, mate. That was unbelievable decision-making there from Sam Curran. Today promised to be a great day, and 2-3 games have delivered an Oz winning. Perfect day, Draz. Perfect day. Perfect day. Would have been nice for Afghanistan to win, but regardless, it was a great game. That's going to go through. Good fielding, though. Out on the outfield. Went underneath the fielder on the infield. Doesn't take a single off the last ball, then takes run off second ball joke. Yeah, no, it's fantastic stuff, Carl. I just really love. It must be really like elite gameplay strategy that we don't understand as fans to not take the single so that you go on strike, and then on the second ball after a dot ball, you then go for the single. You're chasing 63 from 33. There must be some elite level gameplay here from Sam Curran. It must be elite level gameplay from the guy who got 2 compared to Will Jackson. Is he gone? Is he gone? He's out. He's out. Will Jackson's out on 2. Will Jacks is gone on 2. Will Jacks is gone on 2, and this game is spicy for the underdogs. They have reviewed this. This is going to be close. The English have reviewed this. They are in trouble right now, England. England are in trouble right now. They are reviewing this. And, it's close to the bat, but I don't think that touches bat. Ultra edge, ultra edge, ultra edge. No bat, no bat, no bat. It looks plumb as to us. I think this is the desperate review here from England. I think this is going to be out here, lads. Carl says, turns out Chase was important in this game. Oh, that's so plum, bro. Fuska. That is absolute middle stump. That is middle stump as all days. And Will Jacks is gone. 134 for 6 with 5.2 overs to go. Oh, Brenton. Oh my gosh, Harrison's never won a bet on the channel ever. Oh, English, you actually can blame Harrison. Harrison bet on England to win. He's never won a bet on the channel. Every single time he tells us about his bet, every single one is lost. He bet on England 4 times. He bet on England 4 out of the he bet on England for the first 3 games of the Ashes, and they lost all 3. And then he bet on England in the 4th game. No, then he didn't bet on the 4th game, and England won. He then bet on Jake Paul to beat Anthony Joshua. That obviously lost, so he hasn't won a bet at all then. And then he bets on Seattle. He bet on New England Patriots, despite me telling him and everyone telling him Seattle's going to win. He then goes and bets on the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl. They lose to Seattle. And then the next bet that we hear about is him betting on England tonight. And it honestly is looking like it's Harrison's fault. This guy can't win a bet to save his life. He honestly can't. The curse of Harrison is actually real. But he's only got himself to blame, bro. I told him to bet on Seattle. He asked us. He asked us who to bet on the Super Bowl. Xavier says, thanks, Harrison. He'll probably be here at some point. Yeah, he'll probably be here for maybe Indian Debut tomorrow. He'll check it out. He pops in from time to time. Yeah, we've already had plenty of people asking to be his bookie. Go. He's a legend of the channel for all of his lost bets. He also called this a test match, which was incredible stuff. So 2 for 29 is what Chase gave up. What a spell from him. Chase was unbelievable. 2 for 29. 135 for 6. 15 overs gone. England are in trouble here. I just want to put this out there. Can you guarantee they beat Scotland? Can you guarantee it? Can you guarantee it? Surely they do. But right now, they were literally 1 ball away from losing to Nepal. And they're looking pretty good for a loss here, the West Indies. Carl says, nah. It's actually more of an interesting, deep question than you probably think. Bad chase from England, good chase from the Windies. Well, this is not a chase from the Windies, but yeah, no, this has definitely been a pretty poor chase from England, considering that the team who bats second usually wins 60% of the time here in Mumbai. It's a good batting pitch. And 175 is usually the average on the bat first here in Mumbai. They got 196. So they need 197. So that's 21 above the average, which is really, really positive. But also you would have expected England with the bigger names, the bigger players, and those, like I said, it was a tough chase regardless, but either way, you would have expected them, especially with the start that Phil Salt had. He went out to a 30. They had like 40 runs in the first 2 overs nearly. England beat Scotland, yes. Well, you also said they'd pretty comfortably get through the line here against the West Indies. And that is going to be a single. Need more. Not at all, to be honest. We can win or lose to anyone. It's a good point. 12.86 runs per over. Like, it's not out of the equation for England, but it also is. Jamie Overton, Sam Curran. Sam Curran's 24 from 17 doesn't necessarily reflect as someone who should be demanding the strike. There'll be a single here. No, they're going to get 2. Kraken's this match is AI. I don't think so. I don't think so. Whereas England lost to Scotland in an ODI in one-off game in 2018 was a huge upset. Sam Curran is the key wicket. Yeah, win predictor has West Indies 73%, England 27%. Curran is a gun at times. He's not consistent though, gun. And Hossein gives up a single. You need more than singles right now, England 57 from 26. Oh, is that London Bridge? Is it falling down? Sam Curran is main character energy at the moment, so better step up. He has to step up. He's the guy that has to step up. He must step up, otherwise we are about to get the first upset of the World Cup. If it was AI, England would be winning it. Exactly right, Himanshu. Tell them. Say it louder for the people at the back. Hussain, 2 balls left here of this over. Up in the air, catch that. Sam Curran's probably gone here. Sam Curran's... How does it sit in between the two fielders? It's a single. He's very lucky. Sam Curran is very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. Wow, that's super lucky he's not gone. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow will be live for India versus Namibia. It'll be on at the same time. Fire Fistum says, I want England to win so Nepal has a higher chance to qualify. Well, Nepal, West... Oh, that's up in the air. 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 On the boundary. Throws it up. Got him. Overton's gone on the last ball. Overton's got him on the last ball. They're going to check this, but he is caught on the boundary here. This is a massive wicket. It's not Sam Curran, but it's another wicket, and they're about to be 141 for 7. Overton, what a horrid shot at this point of the game. Well, he was very close to a 6. It was very, very close, but it's probably not. But look, Five Fistum, I get it. This is a very frustrating moment for teams like Scotland and also for Nepal. But if you're Scotland, you might fancy yourself against the English right now. It's a catch. He's gone. It looks like a clean catch to me, and it is gone. So Coco's being technical here. So Coco's in Australia, which means, and I think he said he was Queensland, which is 12:1, 2:49 a.m. So Thursday is technically Friday Eve. That's what he's going with. Anyway, it is 141 for 7. It is a wicket there of Jamie Overton. So he thinks, I never thought about it this way. You're right. It's very tough to find. Very tough to find who's going to be going through this group right now. It's very tough. It's very tough. Because England would have won one game and lost one game. West Indies have won both games. England have a chance to go into that group with Australia, India, provided that results go the normal way. If England comes second, they go into the group, I believe, with Australia, India, and probably South Africa. It's not because of that shot from Overton, no. That we will lose this. No, sure, no. He's near Caboolture in Brizzy, he said. I really want to see the underdog win finally, not even hate watching England, more of seeing it. This is what I said before. I'm not hate watching England here at all, mate. I'm just enjoying cricket and loving that we're about to potentially see the first upset of this tournament. We've seen so many close ones. Netherlands should have beat Pakistan, didn't. USA should have beaten India, didn't. Nepal should have beaten England. They got beaten fair and square, England. The other teams did too. But they got really close to England. Couldn't get over the line. But I don't think should have won. The Netherlands and USA both dropped catches that should have been the win. Fire Fistum says, aren't they pre-seeded, so England would be the same group regardless of first or second? Is that the case? Please confirm for me if that's the truth. Sorry, I thought it was like first and... I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I know that we are in India. We play... I know Australia. We would play... You might be right. I'm not too sure when I did the predictor and stuff like that. Can someone please Google that to find out the answer to that? Is it pre-seeded or is it like a first-second kind of deal? That's a good catch on the boundary, mate. That is a good catch. I love this game. No, it's good stuff, Xavier. West Indies won their first game against Scotland by 35, and they're going to probably win this game here against England, which is going to guarantee them nearly guarantee them. Oh, maybe not guarantee because Nepal's still going to be tight. Nepal's still going to be tight. It's going to be an interesting game. Yeah, it's pre-seeded. Okay, fair enough. But the funny thing is that if they lost to Scotland, they wouldn't get through the group stages. All I know is Scotland won't make it. That's a big game. What day is that? What day is England versus Scotland? So England... Oh, that's on Saturday. Oh, it's the middle game too. That's on Saturday. I won't be able to stream that. Damn it. West Indies spinners tonight. Multi, 3 for 33. Chase, 2 for 29. Hussain, 1 for 32. Combined, 6 for 94 in 12 overs. Unbelievable stuff. Shamar Joseph. That's up in the air. That's up in the air. But it is going to be a single. If Scotland play Jersey, then they'll make it. Will they? Because Jersey wins that. Yeah, Valentine's Day. I'm here for 5 streams, bro. I'm here for 5 streams on Valentine's Day. You guys... Well, you're not my Valentines, but you basically are for the day. You basically are for the day. And then Scotland versus New Zealand to kickstart the Valentine's celebration here. Next bolt. Oh, beautiful shot for a 4. That's a really nice shot from Jofra Archer. Yeah, I have a date with the live show on Valentine's. So my partner's very supportive, mate. She's very supportive. She understands. But that is a hectic day. February is a bit of a write-off month for me with the T20 World Cup. But she understands that. Hope you buy me chocolates. Hope you buy me chocolates. You buy me chocolates. How about that? So I'm going to sit here and put on a commentary and I'm then buying you the chocolates? Now you buy me the chocolates, son. And that will be a single. Unless you want to jump on and do the 5 streams that day. 4 NRL games into New Zealand versus South Africa. At the very least, it's 4 NRL games into a belter of a game. Does she like the blue hat? Who doesn't like the blue hat, Coco? I know the blue hat gets everyone going. It gets everyone going. Tomorrow I might even wear the Vietnamese hat. How about that? Yeah, Sean, you're lucky. You're lucky we've reminded you about the old Valentine's Day. 48 runs needed for 19 balls, and that's going to be 47 runs from 18 balls. This is looking good for the West Indies right now, mate. They are in serious, serious trouble. They need a miracle here, England. They have a required run rate of 15.16. Guys, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We're always live, as you've just heard, pretty much. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Cricket is relatively new on this channel on a consistent basis. But even when this World Cup isn't going to be on, we are still going to be live for all big dog teams and whatnot in their ODIs and test matches and T20s. NRL is our priority, so you will see NRL streams. But outside of the NRL, we will have plenty of cricket regardless of the T20 World Cup. It's impossible for England now. Well, impossible is not the right word, but it's pretty impossible. Paying you already, at least buy me dinner. Brenton. You're a Knights fan, mate. You're a Newcastle damn well Knights fan. You should just be grateful to be here. You should just be grateful we let you sit at this table. Valentine's Day is every day married to a Thai lady. Ah, oh, Sean, you've gone soft on us. That's a big shot, but it will be just a single. There's a man on the boundary out there. 46 from 17. It sounded like a Kiwi just then. I've been streaming for 12 hours, so forgive. 46 from 17. 46 from 17. Launch 1 to 6, 67 for 1, 11.17 run rate. Consolidated 7 for 14, 64 for 4, which was 8 on the run rate. And then they've got 6.33 on the run rate since. Big yikes. Big yikes. Great footer B is the biggest backhand. Oh, it's a run out. Oh, I was talking about in regards to like as a wooden spooner. It's good to be able to sit here, but that's a wicket. It's a run out. This game's over, lads. This game is over, lads. That is so bad from Jofra Archer. That is so bad, and we are going to see an upset here today, lads. We are going to see a huge win for the West Indies. Are they back? Are they back, the West Indies? Are they back? What a performance here. That was so awful from Jofra Archer. Nah, it's over, Deraz. I know Curran's there, but this is over. It's 151 for 8. They still need 48 odd runs, man. This game is over. Kraken says, what a terrible day to be alive. What a beautiful day. Ooh, Jacko, come here. Jacko, I want to hear about this Pakistan series from before the World Cup. I want to hear all about it. Jacko, why don't you come and insult me about that Pakistan series again? Why don't you English lot slap me down for the bad Pakistan series again? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I now hold the trump card until proven otherwise, English fans here. I now hold the trump card. Up at the West Indies. Up at the West Indies. Liam Dawson comes in. Curran's there to watch the West Indies this game. No, he's there to demand the strike and not take a single. But he'll take a single there. Well done. Nah, it's all part of it, Chris. You know this is the case. Like, serious banter aside, you know, unfortunately, this England team is super inconsistent and they came in and dominated the start. But there was signs of this from the Nepal game. No, there just simply was. And unfortunately, it's just not been good enough here at all. And the West Indies have had really good bowling. You know, they have been really strong here. They have been really strong. And whilst it looked like England were going to run away with this, it just has been unbelievable. Jason Holder gave up that ridiculous first over of like 24 or whatever it was. Aside of that, Hussain, 8 economy with 1 wicket. 7 economy for Romaro Shepherd with 1 wicket. 8 economy with no wickets for Shamar Joseph, but still 8's good. Ross and Chase, 2 wickets with 7.25. Massive. Gudakesh Motti, 3 wickets, 8.25. Massive. Just a really, really good bowling performance here from the West Indies. And their bats, they saved their bacon. Because let's remember that this game looked like it might have been over quickly when Brandon King got done for 1 and Shea Hope, their best batter, ranked number 11 in the world, gets done on 0. Like Shea Hope's ranked number 13 in the world, gets done for a duck. Brandon King gets done for 1. And then Hetmeyer comes in for 23. Ross and Chase comes in for 34. And then an absolute whopping massive 76 out of Shafan Rutherford. This has been a real masterclass here from West Indies. A really, really classy performance. Really classy performance. 44 runs from 14 balls needed. That's up in the air. Is that a 6? Is that a 6? Is that a 6? It is from Sam Curran. 38 from 13. You need a miracle here, England. But 38 from 13. At least he gets a 6 there, Sam Curran. Man of the match for the blue hat guy. Man of the match for mine. I'm probably going to have to go with Shafan Rutherford with the 76. By the way, your West Indies, can you clarify, is it Shafane or Shafan? How do I pronounce that? Rutherford's fine, but is it Shafane or Shafan? I think it has to be Rutherford. 76 runs off of 42 balls with the 7 sixes and 2 fours. I don't think that you can go past that. Unfortunately, he did get injured, but he just was incredible, mate. He even made a catch, didn't he? I know he didn't make a catch. I've got to go with Rutherford. Shafane. Okay, so it is Shafane. Thank you. West Indies played better than us. Congrats to them. Is how it is, Chris. That's sport. Himanshu says, how does England bat so deep and yet it still feels like they are 3 batters short? Thanks. Yeah, he finally hit a ball. Yeah, English fans, give your flowers to Harrison when you see him next. Harrison is the guy. He's going to try and sell you a dream that he never bet on this game, but he did. He told us he was. Rutherford or Curran. Like, it's definitely Rutherford for mine. If it's not Rutherford, then you would be giving it to Gudakesh Motti with an 8.25 economy and 3 wickets. For England's best player, you're probably going to have to go with... You're probably going to have to say it's Adil Rashid in the bowling. Adil Rashid, really good. A 4 economy with 2 wickets through 4 overs. That's incredible. So it has to be Adil Rashid for the English. Oh, dot ball. Imagine Nepal, England 0-2. Then all of a sudden, if England had have lost to Nepal, their tournament would have already been done. Their tournament would have already been done. Harrison, he's just a character, that bloke. He's good value. He's good value, isn't he? I'm not even joking. He's quite literally never won a bet on this channel. Never. Oh, sorry. The other brilliant bet that he made, the other fantastic, spectacular bet that he made was Ben Duckett 100. Remember that? And he got out for like 15? I forgot about that bet. This was in the Ashes. This wasn't in the T20. This was in the Ashes. He bet on Ben Duckett to get over 100. I forgot about that one. 37 from 10. Only a few sixes needed here, England. Good value for us, but horrible self-value. Yep. My man in the match will be Curran. The first game he won for his team and the second for the opponent. Such a philanthropist. That's up in the air. That's up in the air. No one there, though. It will be 2 runs here. Oh, he might be gone. It's a wicket. I think this is a wicket here for England. I think this is a wicket. They're going to check this. I think Sam Curran has been run out, or is it Liam Dawson? I'm not sure. It was actually Dawson. They're going to check this. I think he's gone. I think he's gone here. Harrison could bet on the sunrise in the morning and lose. I'm pretty certain Dawson's gone here. A mishit from Curran. Stuck in the ground, fumbled it. He was definitely gone if he didn't fumble it. Oh, he's 100% out. It's 100%. That's 9 wickets down. They're about to bowl him out. They're about to bowl him out here, the West Indies. 36 runs needed from 9 balls left, and England have had a horror show again. The last horror show, they got over the line against Nepal. But this horror show, they're going to get beaten by about 30 runs. Kogo says I'm off. Thanks, Blue Hat Guy Blaze. Thanks for the commentary. All the best, everyone. Enjoy your cricket. All right, mate. We'll see you for the next game. Hopefully we see you for India versus Namibia tomorrow night. Otherwise, we've got plenty of games that we'll be here for. We don't miss a single game of the T20 World Cup from Monday. But we do miss a lot of those early games from Thursday to Sunday. But we do 1 game per day still from here to Sunday. Adil Rashid in at 11, last man standing. That was a wide +1, by the way. Oh, sorry, a wicket +1. My bad. 12 hours, guys. That's up in the air. That's up in the air. But it's a 4. Good shot from Sam Curran. He's on 42. 42. No, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been a fantastic day of cricket. Wowee. What a perfect day from my perspective. Really good game here where the upset's going to happen for West Indies over England. We saw an unbelievable, one of the best games in T20 World Cup history between Afghanistan and South Africa that went for 2 super overs. And then we saw Australia win against Ireland. What a day. Brain's not braining. Brain's not braining, Shatish, but you can't blame me. 12 hours deep. 32 runs needed, 8 balls left. Can they bowl them out? Shamar Joseph. That will be a single. So Adil Rashid will come on strike. But no, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the day like I have. Hope you guys enjoyed the day like I have. Tomorrow, Titans versus Dolphins in the NRL into India versus Namibia. Philanthropist is such a funny word for using for Sam Curran. He might, if Zach's streaming tomorrow, I'll message him. But if Zach's streaming tomorrow, tell him that I'm interested to do that Friday night game together for USA versus the Netherlands. Do it all together tomorrow for the footy, exactly right. 7 balls left here. And Adil Rashid, he will knock that over, and that's a wicket, and that's gone. The West Indies with an absolutely spectacular win here against the English. They've won by 31 runs. The English have been done, and the big upset has happened. The English have been done, and the Windies, the West Indies, will win by 31 runs. They're going to check this wicket first. They are going to check this wicket first. They are going to check to see if he catches this one. I think he does catch this, but what a win from West Indies. Congratulations to him. Finally, the underdog comes crunch. Well done. Windies, what a day of cricket. Oh, this might not be a wicket, but either way, like, they've won the game. I can't see the ball on the ground. They just called it a wicket. You know the game's over. No, I think his fingers are around the ball. I think this is a catch. We need to see the other angle of this. And yeah, I think he's got that, man. Roll it through. They're going to say this is a wicket. The Windies. The Windies get the job done. Decision pending. And the upset for the West Indies has been confirmed. He's out. 10 wickets down. That's the game, lads. Look, fantastic stuff there from the West Indies. They absolutely deserve that win. England, back to the drawing board, man. You got a massive game against Scotland, and I mean it. That is a big game against Scotland in a couple of days, man. That is a big, big old day that you need to win that game. Disappointing for the English. Unbelievable stuff there for the West Indies. But guys, I've been here for 12 hours. I'm going to jump off here for today. I appreciate you as per usual. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I will see you tomorrow for Titans Dolphins and also for India versus Namibia. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.